Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Go International 2023. I am Super Duper Noodle, and joining me today is the one and only Mr. Cortez. Sorry, Sergeant Cortez. I need to get that correct. You're not a civilian, you're a sergeant, sir.
That's fine. I'm not going to pull rank.
If you do, I'll get my brother. He'll pull more rank. I think he's warrant officer at the moment. Acting Sergeant Major, though. So, doing pretty well. So, today we have got Too Hot for DotA. One of the favourites. Doing quite well. Had their first series yesterday. Won it in quite considerably easy fashion. Against Goonfellas, is it?
Yes, against Goonfellas, who also 2-0'd their series yesterday pretty convincingly over George Foreman Grill.
That's correct, yes. And they get to go head to head. Now it's going to be interesting, I think. Just because I reckon Goonfellas have actually got a really strong offlane. Hello, matey. Yeah, I think Goonfellas have got a really strong offlaner in Thomse. Someone's got to tell me how to say his name properly at some point. And Clavs. Obviously, Clavs on support, his preferred role. I reckon they could cause some problems for Goonfellas. I didn't see much of how Kara did on her safe lane, so can't really say for sure if she's ready for that sort of pressure. But we'll find out today, won't we? I suppose I should probably put in the Twitch chat news that I've gone live and whatnot. Too Hot for DotA versus Goonfellas. There we go. That'll do. So, who have we got in the lobbies? There's no one in the situations yet. And it is a half-past cast, isn't it? I am right on that.
It is. At least that's what it's listed as.
It is.
So maybe Aries still tying up things from the previous series, which has just gotten underway. Goon versus Granny's Cookies.
Possibly. I can
So
see.
he could be making his way over here.
Well, I can see Zoey's stack is assembled. They're all together. Clav's stack is 4 out of 5. Who are they missing? That's the question. So they've got. Oh, they're missing their carry player. I wouldn't be surprised if they asked for a stand-in. It'll probably do him better. Actually, it's probably a bit harsh for me. He had fun. Ooh, invite. We're in.
We're in.
Number 1 caster team. We are SVG and Cap. Or Cap and SVG in this case, because you're first, but... Matey, who's your money on for this game? Too hot for DotA? Do you reckon it's going to be a quick 2-0?
I reckon if it's going to be a quick 2-0, it's more likely than not going to be in Too Hot for DotA's favor. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if Goonfellas can drag this out because they had that 2-0 of their own. So it might not just be a walkover for Too Hot.
That is true.
I could definitely see this going a split 1-1.
I think the biggest thing it's to come down to, and it worries me to say it, is Samo on his carry. If he can have a decent game and actually perform, then yes, we can see a 2 or a 1-1 split, or maybe even a 2-0. Yes, it's not a bad stack, is it, matey? They definitely got underlooked a bit, but I think their offlaners can definitely steamroll a few games. Now they definitely are still waiting on their carry. Oh, wait. Is that him? I'm on the Steam mode. Well, streamer mode on Discord, so I can't see his full name, but I think that might be him in the channel, which means he's just joining this group. And they're in. So we have all of Goonfellas. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
And we are just missing... Who are we missing on Too Hot? NPR?
It is NPR, yes. So what we're going to quickly do is we're going to have a look at the standings at the moment. So this is how we're looking currently for Group A and Group B. Now, as you can see, a couple of teams have played 2 games already. And there's already a few starting to shine through the woodwork at the top. The 5 4'3" 1 billionaires are one team. 3-1 on the total score. 1 win, 1 draw. You've also got Team Spherical and Monkeys for Nothing at the Chance for 3 in Group B doing a similar score. But this could be a chance for someone to knock them off the top spot, whether it be Too Hot for Dota or Goonfellas, or they could join them with the same score.
Alternatively, if Goon gets at least a draw today, they will also be 3-1.
Yep, that'll give us 4 teams at 3-1, which is going to be fun. We're going to have tiebreakers. Then we're really a TI, aren't we? It's looking interesting. A couple of teams are struggling, which we expected.
Nothing says a real TI like tiebreakers and production quality issues.
Oh, we've always got those. And if we look at we can have a look at the groups as to who's playing what when. So Too Hot for Dota do have some very tough games coming up. They've got and Mancaf, I believe. They were meant to be next week, but there's been some rescheduling, so I think they might only play one of those next week. So those are going to be 2 very good challenges. I think they've still got to play Spherical. So arguably they've probably got the 3 top teams to play against still. So they could actually end up in that drop zone just fighting for the last spot if they don't perform well against them. Goonfellas, similar boat. They've only played George Foreman and Grill. This is their first of the contenders that they're playing. So this is where we get to see really just how good they are. And I think they're going to be a bit of a battle here. I think... What the fuck is Mad Max doing in there? Get out, Mad Max! Why is Mad Max in this lobby? He shouldn't be in here. I didn't know we allowed coaches into streaming lobbies. We didn't do that before, did we?
It just hasn't come up, I think.
The whole point of us doing this is so that we get viewership, and I can easily get my way to partner. I'd be scamming these bloody people for sub money later on. Can't have that if Mad Max is in the lobby. He's going to stream it on his bloody own channel. Outrageous behaviour. Outrageous. I really don't care, actually. Oh, and we're into the draft already.
Alright, and we are into the draft for game number 1 between Goonfellas and Too Hot for Dota.
We are not messing about with this, are we? So, who do you reckon they're going to ban? Because I think Radiant get the 4 bans, don't they? Hang on. Yeah, Radiant get 4 bans
yes,
here.
Radiant gets the 4 bans. Absolutely, OD will be banned in this first phase.
Do you reckon they just ban out
I think you could target Ben Tiro Pool. Yeah.
Target him. You can basically clear his entire pool with these 4 bans. You got what? OD, Zeus, Been playing Primal, so you got that as well. And Pugner.
Odie's he did play Necro in his last series. I'm not sure if that was a result of all the bans or if that was
He picked it.
something he
He
preferred to
picked
play.
it. Whether he played it, that's up for debate. But they're going straight in on the support duo. That's an interesting one, though.
Some patch standards and some goon standard supports.
Yeah.
Out.
So I wonder if that's more of a case of they're trying to force them into potential supports that they might not be as comfortable in, which will obviously cause more errors. 2 Hopper do get the first pick. So if there's no BastMaster ban, I reckon Goonfellas will pick that up as second. But I wouldn't be surprised if they try and prioritise either either Bast or Ben's hero as the first pick. The big man can suck my balls. There's another game going on he can cast, the Jeff one. In fact, that starts literally when he's due to go live. So
we got here first.
Yeah, Ted can stream that. That's Jeff versus Bingus.
Just massage his ego a bit. Be like, you don't need to stream on Sunday. You can take off. There's the OD ban. Saving it for the final ban of the phase.
Okay, so the Trient is sort of a targeted ban against the, I think it was 5 who played it. Wait, who played it last time? It wasn't Bast, was it? I don't think Bast played it last game. I think it was Zoey, maybe?
It was Bast.
Was it Bast? Okay. Ah, Lucas Aid. Oh, Too Hot taking out the Primal. Okay. That's an interesting one. I thought they would have kept that in.
Some aggressive offlaners being banned here, yeah. Like we said, this matchup could come down to whose offlane dominates the carry more. We know Thomse is very solid with his BastMaster gameplay.
So is NPR.
And Primal Beast, yeah, and Primal Beast is another offlane hero that can definitely upset your position 1.
We've got a Goon Staple Warlock though, and he is pretty strong.
Teams playing it safe.
I think Too Hot will be very happy with that. I'm actually surprised that made it through. People are not respecting that enough.
Yep. The Warlock gets through. It might be a matter of, I'm not sure. It could be a respect thing. It could just be that they have more pressing priority.
For me, it feels
like the Venge ban. That's a Zoey targeted ban.
But I wouldn't be worried about the Venge
response.
Yeah, but you're basically going to have to commit global silence for what? Upheaval?
It would stop upheaval. It would stop the rock being dropped. It could stop.
Well, the rock's basically instant, so you've got to cast it prematurely then, in which case he just waits it out, then drops the rock.
Sure, but if they pick a team comp that can get a couple of quick kills and get out, remember, I think level 3 global silence lasts like 6 seconds. So
I just don't like it.
This Warlock's never gonna get a BKB, so you could end the fight.
You don't need one.
Global even ends.
Plenty of other ways. All you need is a offlane with a Lotus Orb or something like that. Throw that onto the Warlock.
You're committing your Lotus Orb to your Warlock.
Yeah, but if that's a team fight, you need to turn around. That's a very solid choice.
But do you think that in real time they will identify that?
I don't know.
Or will they say, I must put it on my core?
I think they're actually smart enough to realise that. It might take them one lost fight to do it, but I think they would realise that they need to potentially remove that silence so they can get the Warlock off. Which is why I think the silence of
or
first...
do they make this Warlock a pause 4 and then he eventually gets his own Lotus Orb?
Possibly, yeah. Will they run it mid?
Honestly, what would be better in that case is just get a Yules.
Exactly.
Well, there's the Samo hero showing their hand early here. There's the blow up potential that I mentioned before. They want to be able to just get in, get a quick kill on an important team fight hero, and then take the 5v4. And this PA will allow them to do it. I have not played PA since the change, but I'm hearing nothing but good things, which is crazy because I thought, she was already strong to begin with. But now that you can potentially set up her crits,
seconds remaining.
A response from Tuha for DotA with the gyrocopter, so before PA gets a BKB, she'll be very susceptible to the magic damage as well as the stun from the missile.
Yeah,
which can be sent from pretty far away, so Gyro doesn't have to be in the fight to be able to disable Goonfellas +1.
Yeah, that's 100%
like
a Bast hero. It's a Bast.
He's a natural MKB builder too.
No,
so...
it won't be a core. Guarantee it.
Really?
Yep, that'll be a Bast +4. Bast loves this sort of hero as +4. Like this sort of thing, your clockworks, your hoodwinks, your ranged ones, which can be really fucking annoying. He loves them.
So what are you building after Shard then?
So you've got things like your Shard, you've got Veil, you've got Ether Lens into... So one of these is core. Are they running it as Kara's hero? Ooh. Maybe they are running it as carry.
That's gotta be Zoey's picking up the Lion.
Yeah.
And I would guess Bast on the Warlock.
Oh, this is actually interesting, because technically you could run any three of these as a +4. And you can run two of them. Well, one of them you can run mid, one of them you can run as carry.
And the other one's 4 or 5. So
yeah,
good flexibility. Keep Goonfellas on their toes here.
You would definitely assume the line is support, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Ben decides, yeah, let's take it mid.
I think this third pick here from Goonfellas is going to be very telling about their draft, and they'll be pretty locked into a strategy here, and it is the Lich. So more blow up potential during the global silence. If Lich is in good position to get his ult off.
If they're running, unless they're running the silencer mid, that's to me 2 +5s.
10 seconds remaining.
They're not rotating heroes.
I know +5 silencer is absolutely miserable, so...
Both of them are. Well, the Lich is actually pretty decent as a +5. The silencer pick, I don't like if it's a support. And if it's mid, it feels very premature.
10 seconds remaining.
This is throwing me a bit. The Viper... If that's Thomse's hero, or is it mid? That's the thing, we don't know where the silence is going.
Probably mid.
Oh, there's Ben's. Okay.
Alright, well there's Ben. So it will definitely be support lock. It'll be 4 lock, 5 Lion.
How did that make it through this late? Imagine allowing Zeus through all the way to effectively the last pick of the second phase.
I think it's fine. I think they predicted this with the Viper pick. So you just get raindrops on Viper and lane and you're kind of chilling. Zeus can't really go on you.
Yeah, you can pop the raindrops very quickly though. You've got to wait a while.
After you get a couple, but after you get a couple of levels, you've got enough poison damage to where Zeus is going to have to play very scared. He's not going to be able to. If he uses his jump offensively on you, he dies.
I would hope Ben's not that reckless though. I think he'll probably hold it until he's gone on.
I think Ben's got enough experience mid to where he's going to get the most out of this lane, but it's still a difficult matchup, one that he can't crush like he regularly would, like in an in-house game.
it depends. Who's their mid again? Is it Squelching or is it Gibbo? Gibbo, wasn't it?
Their mid is
It's Gibbo, Squelching. I can't remember.
Goonfellas. It's Squelching.
Squelching. I think they can beat him mid. I think Ben could easily win that matchup. I think he's got the talent to win it. They're thinking they still need a mid pillar, so they're thinking this is an off-lane Viper. Now, Dire
10 seconds remaining.
still need MPRs, which I think they were told to do deliberately.
Remaining.
I remember, I think it was Max basically mentioned, or somebody mentioned that basically 2 Hot for DotA should prioritise Ben's hero earlier and leave MPRs till the end just because he's got a greater hero pool. Which obviously makes sense from a drafting point. But it does mean it's sort of predictable for the enemy team now. You've lost that versatility on who's playing where. You know your last pick, that's MPRs.
Dire team's turn to pick.
I was looking for the possibility of Centaur being picked up, but he does go through as the final ban.
Wouldn't have been a bad Centaur game, actually. Would have been a pretty decent Centaur game.
10 seconds remaining.
4 too hot for DotA, in fact, rather than Goonfellas, I would say. So if we're under the assumption that
Yeah,
both
for,
teams
for
are
either
going...
team, it would help the Viper get into the fight because he's slow as fuck. But with 10 seconds left, 2 Hot for DotA will be pressed to make their final choice now.
Hey, well,
And
they
it
used
is
Team's turn to pick.
the Underlord.
the Underlord.
Matey Potato called it. He predicted the Underlord. Go on, matey. 2 for 2. Who's Dire? Who's Radiant picking? Who's Radiant picking?
The Slardar, a terror in pubs.
He is. Too slow, matey. Too slow. If you write it now, you've cheated.
Got some pretty squishy characters on 2 Hot for DotA outside of the Pit Lord, so I do like this Slardar pickup. Get an early blink. I think you just go.
I don't like this
You go with
draft.
Viper after like 10 minutes. Some like Brown Boots Blazer blink, and just go around the map hunting supports.
I really don't like this draft from Goonfellas. Their safe lane's going to get mauled.
Yeah,
No.
it won't be easy for Samo.
No, Samo and Gibbo are just going to get completely crushed here. They've got no way to deal with an Underlord. Their off lane might be okay. It depends how well they communicate. Because Kara and Zoey do have very good kill potential. But I think there is a possibility that both off lanes win this.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a matter of whose off lane is going to crush more, and I do agree with you that I think 2 Hot for DotA's off lane is going to be just that bit stronger than Goonfellas.
Agreed, yeah. It's...
And as long as Gibbo positions himself well, Samo should never get caught in the pit because she could just blink out of it.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be it's gonna be a very safe defensive
I don't see that happening,
type of farm
unfortunately.
for Samo.
Unfortunately, I really don't see that happening. I see him dying a lot. And I think it's going to come down to both off lanes winning their game, and then it's going to be which carry can catch up faster, / which off lanes take over the map first.
We'll see. Is Samo going to commit for the Battle Fury, you think, even if he gets dumpstered?
I think he will.
Does he see that as the only way back into the game?
Yeah, which I'm not sure I agree with. But Clavs,
But we are into the game now. Both teams slowly making their way out of base.
do you want to go and introduce
See if we
Dire
get
for
a-
me?
See if we get a PFB here. I will. On the side of the Dire, we have potential tournament favorites, 2 Hot for DotA. We have Ben, on the Zeus, Kara on the Gyro, Zoey on her Warlock. We have Bast on the line. He changed his name.
Of course.
I just didn't recognize it. And NPR on the Underlord.
We do, and on the Radiant side, for Goonfellas, we have Squelching on the mid Viper, we have Thomse
30
on the
seconds.
offlane Slardar, Gibbo as the POS5/Ward Bitch on the Lich, Clavs, also known as NextWhiteDeath, on the Silencer, POS4, and Samo, I Will Always Die to Roche, on the Carry PA. Just going for a little bit of a no fighting here, it looks like. Just securing both sides.
No fighting, no double smoke wrap around into each other's jungles.
Snowball fight.
They're playing it safe. They're gonna go 2 for 2 and retreat to their lanes.
So, what do you think about Goonfellas basically avoiding the Beastmaster this game, given how well it did last game?
It's a gamble, for sure, but I think Gyro's a hero that can deal with the Hawk pretty well because of Flat Cannon. I don't know, how many hits does the Hawk take?
Ooh, good question. Good evening, Bird. It's a good question. Not fully sure on that. If anybody knows, feel free to say.
Yeah, but Flat Cannon has an 18-second cooldown at all levels, so I feel like you could get it for every Hawk that
Yeah.
Beastmaster would summon.
Until you get like not Evil Lens, Octarine Core on the Beastmaster, you can basically. In fact, even then, I think you can still do it. Shard Ether Lens, 15-second cooldown, so you're just about short then. But
Oh, come on, Squelchy, you're getting gifted these CS.
you having a rough time?
Ben's probably just gonna win mid on CS alone, just because Squelchy gets 2 uncontested last hits under tower and misses both of them.
He's trying to conserve mana.
Goonfellas already doing a pull on the top lane. Two Hoffer Dota now recognizing it.
Oh, Squelchy getting a little bully here. In fact, they're both being bullied a bit. It's interesting. Both getting low in the mid. Go on,
Ben's
Squelchy.
bottle is on its way. So if there's a time for Squelchy to harass, it's before this bottle gets here. Make him use all of it up. Grab these water runes.
Are we going to get a backpack of the items? We're not. So, again, backpack these items, gentlemen, before you pick up a rune.
Ben is
use them.
he is backpacking his items.
That's because Ben's a
bottling
dirty
up with-
sweat. Ben is definitely a dirty sweat.
But he's a dirty sweat, but then he bottles while still under corrosive skin, and it cancels half his bottle charge.
Oof.
With the water
Ooh.
rune giving him the additional charges, he's still back up to full HP.
We got a cheeky kill on a courier up top. That's going to indicate there's a ward somewhere, but no, it's just missed. No ward. He just took the courier out. Fair play. Overall, it's been a relatively quiet laning phase so far.
Samo's trying to get a little aggressive on NPR to keep him low from going on him himself, but it's really not working with the atrophy aura.
Yeah, that's not a
He
fight you
clicks
win.
for so little. NPR already has his ring of health anyway. He doesn't care.
I think as soon as Dyer get level 3 on the off lane, obviously Lion not so much a care, but as soon as NPR gets it, really. Okay, he didn't go for a Pit of Malice. I think that might have been a little mistake, because I think they've got plenty of kill potential on Gibbo. He's always playing low. I think there's an easy kill there. Just one pit, spike, atrophy all of the hits. He's going to die like very quickly. There's nothing he can really do to stop you. Meanwhile,
We'll
mid.
get a couple more He'll get a couple more bottle charges off of the bounty rune. Thomse with a double stun up top to buy him some time to run away. The flat cannon activated on Kara. He doesn't want to get anywhere close. Yeah, I think level 4, you pick up this point and pit. They're already pinging. They're pinging Gibbo. Oh no, Samo's pinging Gibbo is to be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, because lane's way too far out for his liking for Samo. Against this sort of lineup, you really don't want it that far out. So he's probably saying, we need to pull here.
The pull, it's a half pull. But Bassmaster is right there to re-aggro the creeps. Pull disrupted.
Oh, too aggressive from
There's a
Samo.
firestorm on top of a stun. Samo brought down to half.
Yeah, Samo used to blink aggressively, and that's just a go from Bassmaster there.
Gibbo will give him his last tango. Trying to keep these creeps out of tower range. Gibbo gonna take a couple right clicks for it.
A bit reckless. Oh,
a
we
TP
missed it.
mid. Squelchy diving Ben. Very low. He will get the kill on Ben. Can Zoey get the return kill? There's another TP coming in from the Lion. But it's going to be a long TP, and
It's
because
cancelled.
of that, Bassmaster cancels. They figure they can probably get a kill on Gibbo down bottom, so they want to keep the pressure on down here.
Well, that means, I don't know. So I would have completed the TP, even... So NPR, he's having a basic field day.
This might be the kill on Gibbo right here. The slow from the dagger is enough to keep NPR away from Gibbo.
There's not enough, though. There is potentially a turn.
Around.
There is a turn. If they want to kill NPR.
Squelchy, alright, decides to throw an ult onto Ben at max range and has no follow-up for it, so Viper Strike is down. There's no TP on Bass. He does not have. He just has the money now from a bounty rune, I think.
I know, that's why I think the problem is. I think he should have completed the TP to go mid, because he would have had about 10-15 seconds there before Ben came back, and that is valuable XP and CS for the +4.
It is, and now he has no TP in case one of his other lanes gets gone on. He doesn't buy one. He's got a ward, tangos, and boots coming out.
No, at the moment he's basically a useless 4 because he has no rotation ability. So that's something worth noting, and he's even got the gold for it, so there's no reason why he's not doing it.
Ben getting aggressive here, but Viper Strike is available once again. Squelchy, nope, the jump away. He postured up to look like he was going to go for it, but the quick jump away by Ben.
So
Ben also has the ward high ground.
Yeah, Ben's probably going to kill him in a second. Ben's going to kill him.
Actually, the ward just came down, and there's the Viper Strike. The ward to bait him
Ben.
in. He's going to commit for the ward and pops the shield rune. He should be fine here because of the shield rune.
So Ben should definitely look at killing him.
Ward for Ben.
I think this is a massive misplay from Ben. He's got the damage and he's got the mana that he could easily blow up Squelchy here. He's got his ult as well.
He's going to try. The corrosive skin will slow him down. Viper's building up a big stick too, so he might a well-timed stick could save his life here. He has to work in these harass hits with poison attack so that Ben doesn't feel confident enough to go. There's a Zeus ult, does not land a kill with it, so now Zeus ult is down for 2 minutes, and Radiant can take advantage of this.
That was I'm not sure what that was all. So maybe a call from one of the off lanes or safe lanes to do it.
Probably. I think they had a potential TP out, but yeah, Clavs TP'd back to base. He might have been in range for the Zeus ult, but the fountain regen kicked in soon enough.
Well, it's a shame it didn't happen for Samo because he's basically fucked down here at the moment. No support, but the lane's going to push
Completely
in.
Zoned out. He is the lowest on CS out of all of the cores.
Not the lowest he has been.
It's going about. It's the what we expected from this lane. Another Viper Strike from Squelchy.
Oh, up top. Even Thomse had to go back.
He's kind of just throwing these out on cooldown.
I don't mind that.
Just to zone Ben.
I don't mind it. Because, yeah, you are keeping Ben back. The question is, he's got the Invis rune as well. So, I would actually look at making a play on that.
He does have an Invis rune, but if Ben suspects anything, he can't. The TP is cancelled from Gibbo.
Oh.
Because they've got 3 down bot. Clavs rotates down bot. There's a silence on the Lion. Are the glaives enough? It is not enough. And Zoey will heal up her position 4.
So, worth noting for Squelchy, when you first pop your power rune, if it's an invis, you can pop another bottle charge before it kicks in.
He's waddled his way down here. They're trying to bait an NPR, but they throw spells a little prematurely. Bestmaster with a good stun.
They can't.
Oh, the nice dragon
No,
from
you
NPR,
can't
but
dive
Squelchy's
here.
too slow. He can't get in range.
You are under tower. This is
He
a
will
fail.
break the invis. He will rotate back to mid. It is a complete disaster of a gank.
So
He went for the Viper Strike again on Ben, but he jumped out of range. I saw the windup. And then loses the banner creep to the tower hit. Squelchy.
So the playdown bot.
Kara, meanwhile, is having the time of his life up in this jungle with Flak Cannon.
So basically, the playdown bot, it works if they pull the lane back. While it's that far forward, you're never going to get to them. They're just going to hide behind the tower. You're going to have NPR taking the front line, and you're not killing him. You can try and go on in 4-on-1. He's got his Vanguard. He's just going to lap at you as he walks away. So if they want to do that, pull the lane back first, then the Viper comes in. Which I think probably a bit of communication, let them know that he can't really get the gank, probably worth there. But instead they might be trying to set up top doing the same thing. Because they've taken Gibbo up there.
They brought Gibbo up here. Kara is actually pretty farmed, pretty tanky. Has call down available once again. The starkness of this contrast between how these safe lanes have gone. Gyro sitting on 82 CS, the PA 29.
Oh, Kara's also got the Falcon Blade, giving her that extra bit of HP. They're not getting a kill there unless they dive under tower as well. But you need to sort out this creep equilibrium if you want to make these moves. Otherwise, you just dive into tower and you die.
They brought 4 heroes up here. They find Zoey. There's a blanket from Samo. That's a catch-up kill that Samo desperately needs.
Right, but that's not worth. That's not worth. That's a 4 heroes up here, including your carry. But you're not getting your actual value kill in Kara. So yes, they get a bit of in. If they convert this tower kill, maybe it's worth it then. If this tower doesn't go down before NPR decides to come up here, it's not worth it. Which is a bit of a shame. If you look at net worth, oof. Oh,
yeah, it's all coming up too hot for Dota.
Kara's had a fucking field day.
They will claim this tower top lane though.
They will, but where's Samo?
Mid lane, Ben with a DD.
Alright, so this is probably a dead Squelchy. This is probably a dead Squelchy coming up.
DD's about to run out. He's gonna go refill his bottle.
Yeah, but there's 4 mid. This is a dead Squelchy.
There's the pit. The jump in from Ben. Fatal bonds.
Yep, that was predicted.
Viper is no more, and the tier 1 middle will fall in response.
The DotA just making the right moves at the moment. They predicted the gank, got Kara out, and got their own value kill.
And just as we predicted, Samo getting dumpstered in lane is still going to Battle Fury.
So apparently this is what his coach tells him, that basically it's the only build. Even if you're miles behind.
They saw him though, and they are bringing 4 heroes down to find Samo. Samo reads it perfectly, will take the turtle, and he will TP top. Good play from Samo.
Oh, so DotA are starting to storm away with us. How do we come back? How do we come back here? I think we need to start making some use from Thomse. He needs to start getting some rotation, get some pickoffs. But while they're playing as 4, it's difficult.
He's just starting on this blink though. He decided to go Mask of Madness first, which I'm not sure I agree with.
That's an interesting one.
But they know that there's still heroes bot here for too hot for Dota, so a big smoke from Goonfellas. This could dictate the next 10 minutes or so. Smoke breaks on Thomse. He doesn't know where it is. They find TheBastMaster, but a stun and a walk away.
And NPR just TPs out.
Fails.
Yeah. So that was a split fight. 2 of them went top, a couple went bottom. They're not going to get kills. Yeah, it's a bit of a slow one, this one. Just a space creation game.
Yep, and only 4
Oh,
kills on the board.
Kara's definitely making more out of the space, though.
For
Got
sure,
the
Flak Cannon
chrysalis.
definitely pulling its weight.
Got the
Chrysalis
chrysalis.
completed,
Yep.
now going for Ags. It is time to power farm.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one, I think.
Hangs an arcane. Actually takes the arcane rune instead of leaving it for his Zeus.
I
Maybe
think
Kara
that's
feels
fair.
like he's
I
strong
think that's
enough to
fair.
start showing up. He will take this ancient stack.
Well, 30% cooldown on your flat cannon, which, if you're farming, is fucking lovely. Do we have
It is.
any?
Brings it down to 12.5 seconds.
We've got a couple.
Meanwhile, down bottom, the global comes out.
But where's the
Clav's
follow-up?
only half HP. A blood grenade from BastMaster will slow down the Slardar. No blink.
No, they've got no initiation. So
What?
them looking for fights at the moment is pointless.
Yeah, this Mask of Madness is really gonna do their nut in. This needed to be a blink dagger.
They have nothing to try and get pickoffs. What have we got? S and Y? Dragon Lance coming out from Squelching from mid. But what? I don't get what their play is here. Is it maybe just slowly walk at them with Viper Strike and try and run at them? It's not really a team you can easily run
I
at.
don't know, but they found NPR. He's just gonna stand in the pit though. There's a lot of damage coming out from the bashes, but the rock on top. Thomse is gonna commit for this. They do bring down NPR, but in response will lose too. Squelchy's here as well. This could be a good cleanup though for Goonfellas. Focusing on Ben. Ben will go down.
Just turn a fight, Squelching. Get him, get him, get him, get him!
Damage coming out from Goonfellas here.
Go on, Squelching, go on, Squelching!
And the Velch. It'll be a kill on Zoey as well. Double kill for the Viper.
Ooh.
This is what Goonfellas needed. It slows down the tankiness of NPR to push buildings. It slows down the mid.
The Golem just standing
buys
there!
Space for Sama. The Golem completely...
Samo?
Samo. Nope. And Samo does fortunately pick up the last hit on the Golem. An extra 100 gold for him.
That's nearly Battle Fury
Battle
now.
Fury,
that is Battle Fury.
Battle Fury is done.
So 16 minutes, not great.
16 minutes after being dumpstered like that, though, that's respectable.
It's okay. So I think we had a game the other day where it was about this time with Treads on top. So I wouldn't say his lane was horrible. It was more they didn't control the equilibrium like they should have, which is why it wasn't so good. But it's a decent enough time to get him back in the game. But the question is it going to be enough to deal with Kara, who is 1,000 gold short of that Ags? That's going to be Chrysalis, Falcon Blade, and Ags, which is fucking scary.
We'll see if he shows up after that, though. Thomse, though, with those kills, is 700 gold off a Blink Dagger now, so it's well within sight. He
Yeah,
can start to look to be much more aggressive.
I mean, those couple of kills were big kills and valuable for the team. It might give them some
They have all their spells
confidence.
again. So once the Blink Dagger is finished, Gibbo also closing in on Shard. So we'll have some nice area denial with the Ice Spire. All Radiant spells available. They're pretty much just waiting on Thomse's Blink Dagger, now only 400 gold away. And then I definitely see them getting aggressive. NPR down here bottom by himself.
See, I wouldn't get aggressive. I think they've got a much stronger late game. I think they just farm away. Keep farming it up.
A smoke though in the river. Bassmaster's going to find Thomse here.
Smoke
He
pop.
shoots him in the trees. The smoke pops, but a perfectly positioned Thomse to break it in the trees without seeing it himself. So he's actually not aware. Sees NPR, so he probably believes something's up. And the vision now coming from Too Hot for Dota to control this entire area.
Did he see him?
On the retreat.
Because it was nighttime. I'm not sure. Does Slaughter have better nighttime vision? He does, doesn't he? I think Slaughter's one of the ones that gets better nighttime. He might do.
I will check right now.
But you would have seen him against the creep wave anyway. So because the sports, they might have missed each other, but
No, he has regular night vision.
oh, okay. So yeah, they might have missed the sports, and he might have not seen NPR if it wasn't for the creeps.
Yes.
Yes.
Sticking around to get this wave. The blink is done.
And the treads nearly done as well.
And too hot for DotA, starting to get aggressive, pushing into the lower jungle here, but they're out of their own vision range.
Oh,
Radiant
smoke's
has a
coming
ward
in.
here. They see Ben. The smoke is popped.
Oh,
It's a blink. It's
beautiful!
immediate blink 2 crush. And they drag in Zoey. The Chain Frost is going to do a lot of damage here.
There's
the Zeus
one.
Ult in return.
There's the finger.
Lion Finger will take out the Slardar. Clavs goes down as well after getting the global off, but Squelchy's here as well, and he's clicking, but he's by himself. Going to be surrounded by 4 of them. He'll go down as well.
Yep.
Too hot for DotA ends up winning the fight after being initiated on beautifully by Thomse.
It's a nice situation, but this is what happens when a gyro turns up.
Radiant's top tower deserves just as much help as bottom.
A 3-ish slotted? A 3 medium slotted gyro.
But easily one of the most dangerous heroes still.
Yeah, she's still the strongest hero on the map at the moment.
Outside of the Zeus, I think. I think Ben, if
No.
Ben can get his spells off, he's got the phylactery too, so he does a lot of damage.
Radiant's bottom
At the moment, I think the gyro would handily destroy Ben in a 1v1. At the
I
moment,
mean, in a 1v1, sure, but
well, even 5v1 damage, I think at the moment, Kara is on top just because of flat cannon. And it's maxed out. Because that's a lot. It's 10 attacks doing at least 150 damage, sort of thing. With potential crits in there.
Samo's going for the BKB so he can start showing up. Not going to go Deso first. What do you reckon about that?
I actually prefer that. I think he needs it.
I agree.
The physical damage is easily going to get amplified just from Thomas or Thomse. Your Crush with Haze, that's going to amplify your PA as much as he needs. So I don't think that's the issue. I would like to see, yep, Thomse is going for a BKB as well, so they've definitely isolated that they need them.
Yeah, so much magic burst on Too Hot for DotA. The BKBs will have to come soon.
They definitely do. And Kara's doing the same thing. Obviously she's a bit further ahead on hers.
Yes, 5k gold lead right now, 6k gold lead for Too Hot for DotA, pretty much entirely on the back of the gyrocopter.
These are both probably...
BKB 1500 away.
These are actually the toughest games they've had so far this season, this tournament. To be fair, it's the second game, so it's going to change later on.
NPR trying to play bait. His team is somewhat behind him. They're coming.
Oh, don't commit, Roy, don't commit, don't commit.
Radiant's gonna fall for this, and here comes Too Hot for DotA. The global comes out. And it's a nice chain frost into the creep wave, but the creeps are gonna eat most of the damage here.
There's a pipe though, it just negates it.
Yeah, it's kind of a split fight. The homing missile is on Gibbo. Can they break it in time? They do.
They just got to get back.
It's gonna
just get back.
It's a kind of a wash. Nobody ends up dying, but now Too Hot for DotA is in position to pressure this tier 2. Samo trying to get away so he can just continue farming his BKB. He does not want to show up yet.
Oh, I don't like the smoke. I really don't like the smoke. So this smoke screams of desperation.
Zeus ult's down.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, actually, no, it's not. No, it's
Global Silence is down, and Chain Frost is down.
Yeah,
this is a desperation
I really
smoke.
don't like this. A nice blink from Thomse, though, to avoid the pit.
This is a desperation smoke, and they need to stay away. Go and farm. Go away, boys. Go on. Shoo. Go up north. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. Look at all that farm. Juicy tier 1. Go. Do you reckon it's working?
They're pinging Thomse in the mid lane, though. Oh, they're not moving on him.
I wonder.
Samo's gonna take the portal, go top lane.
So they might be thinking, if they're all mid/top area, then Samo might be down the bottom. Because you know how you create space by going to the other side of the map situation.
And Samo reads it perfectly and then links up with his team in the top lane.
Yeah, you can't predict me. I always go in the wrong place.
Well, I mean, in this case, it's the right place.
It's definitely the right place. They're going to lose a tier 2. You accept it. You don't fight.
Yeah, sacrifices have to be made here.
You need to get your BKBs. You cannot fight without them at the moment. They've got way too much magic damage. BKBs, that's your power spike. That's when you choose to fight. That's when you 5-man wipe them. And pray that Kara doesn't have... Oh, she doesn't. She's not going Dayless after the BKB. She's going straight for the Satanic, so you'll have BKBs before she comes online. What the support's got? Let's have a look. So we're getting...
Blink on Lion.
Yeah, we're getting a Glimmer Cape out for Zoey soon. She's about 400 gold off that. Say Blink on Lion?
Gibbo has
Okay.
nothing and is pretty far away from a Glimmer. We'll get the D ward though. Get some cash in the bank from the D ward. Clabs has a Force Staff for getting people out of the pit. That's a good call.
What's that coming out to him on the courier? Just another sentry. Oh, Samo, they knew where you were that time. They were coming up that way.
And alternatively, NPR once again positioning himself up in the mid lane, completely by himself though. If Thomse were to go here, there's no response.
No, they could definitely kill him. Oh,
Slaughter went for it, but just
bit
misses
slow.
push.
Just a bit off the timing there. Oh.
You know what would be the god tier play? If NPR standing where he is now drops his gate and then walks up mid to bait, and then his whole team takes the gate behind him and shows up behind him as they go on him.
I wouldn't mind that.
But Goonfellas will respond though to this top tier 1 getting dropped. It's a very early global silence.
Where's the
Zoey
initiation?
trying to run away. They will pick up a kill on the Warlock. It's a kill that goes to Samo.
There's
so
no
a little more
BKBs.
catch-up
What are they
But
doing?
she's showing up. She shows up too early. Gets evaporated by the by the Lion Finger. Chain
Yeah.
Cross doing a good amount of damage.
Nah.
Kara, it will bounce to Kara, who is BKB'd. It's not a good fight.
What are they thinking?
They need to wait. I don't know what that set her off. She probably was 100 gold off of BKB. Now 400 off with the death. Like, why are you jumping there? You
That
get your BKB.
is
You let the
such
tier
a
1
bad
fall. You
idea.
contest now. You let this tier 2 fall for free when you should have contested this.
Yeah, and potentially your Tormentor, if they choose to go up there. That was a huge waste of an opportunity. They might just go back for Roche, actually. They could. See, it's this sort of thing where they just weren't realising, which almost got George Foreman plus Grill back in the game. These little misplays. Unfortunately, against a team like 2 Hot DotA, you cannot get away with that.
They will be pretty strong in the next fight, though. If they wait for Thomse's BKB as well, they'll have 2 fresh 9-second BKBs on their cores. Viper also closing in on his, only 400 away, so they'll have 3 BKBs.
You might,
Next time
but
they fight. But is it too late?
yeah, you're only going to have a Satanic coming out soon for Kara. The Manta's nearly fit. The Manta, I can't believe I'm saying this, is nearly finished on Zeus. You've nearly got your 4 staff done on Bast. Glimmer's finished on Zoey now. So they're ready to fight again. They can fight again.
Yeah.
Because they've still got
Going
Rock.
for a Lotus Orb. I'm not too big on the Lotus Orb here on Clavs.
They need a Dispel. They need another Dispel.
They needed a spell, but alternatively,
And a
they need
Reflection.
they're gonna need a halberd for the gyrocopter.
They will, but I'd like to think, or hope anyway, that Slardar's going to pick that up. Because he's going to be the one that jumps in there on the back line.
Samo! Oh no! Now they can't fight.
Did he just do what I think he did?
He fat-fingered. His whole team decides to tip him, so now Dire knows something's up. I don't know why you would tip them in a game where it matters like this.
Well, they don't know he's got the BKB yet, do they?
No, but if the entire enemy team just starts tipping their carry for no other reason.
You know he's
I think
goofed.
Too Hot for Dota's. I know Too Hot for Dota's probably smart enough to think he did something pretty bad.
Yeah, but this is Samo. He could have done plenty of things pretty
And
bad.
the line's being drawn by Kara now. They know they can push. I think they're aware.
Ow.
They're gonna go on NPR down bot. He is by himself. He will fall.
Well, this just means that 2 Hopadota now have to get the fuck fuck out, because they can't fight. That's a lot of your control there.
It's a lot of your control, that's also your pipe.
Like, this is where Samo needs to get with his team, and they basically walk up into their triangle and take that. You know where they are. You just lost your outpost to them. Go murder the fuckers. I mean that in the nicest way possible. Go cuddle them to death if you want. But if they leave it, you're going to have NPR just teleport in. And it's going to be a wasted opportunity. Yeah, they're playing defensive. They're too scared. They're not
wants to wait for this ESO now.
They're not realising this is their go time.
They see Zeus. There's a blink in from Thomse. The immediate BKB and the global. Is the Manta done? It's not done yet. So Zeus is going to die without getting a single spell off. The call down comes out as well for the gyro, but Thomse is doing so much damage. The rock drops on top. Meanwhile, Radiant was split up, so I'm not sure any of them got hit by it. Thomse is stuck in the pit of malice. He'll go down as well. Zoey should die next. Samo finally shows up. He's starting to crit, but Kara does so much damage. Pops the BKB. It's an ultra. It's a rampage or the gyrocopter. It was a great start to the fight from Goonfellas. They kill Ben. He doesn't get a single spell off, but the damage from the gyrocopter is just too overwhelming. And Goonfellas lose the fight anyway.
Oof. Oof. That's what happens when you wait too long. NPR came back in the fight. If they'd gone earlier, that's a 5v4. You take out 2, you can go just burn Kara down on a 5v1. But they got 3 out of it, so there's still hope. They burnt through Aegis as well. In fact, they did kill Kara once, so I'm going to take that as a 5v4. They got 5-for-4 trade. I'm taking that. So, ooh.
It gets much harder now. Daedalus is completed. A double damage rune in the river.
Did she pick it up, or was she waiting for the bottle?
Nope, she will pick it up.
Ooh. Wait. Ben, where's Ben? Bad Ben. You should have got over there, gave her your bottle. You want to bottle that shit till you're ready for it.
I'm sure it's fine. They're gonna use this to start pressuring the tier 3. Is the Desolator complete? No.
If the BKBs are off, you know Zeus ain't there.
He's not there, but Zeus ult is everywhere.
It is, but there's still the rest of his damage, which is a huge thing once the ults come down, once the BKBs are down.
Well, Zeus has now linked up with his team, also has an arcane rune bottled. He will be pumping out so much damage in this fight. It'll also lower... Oh no, it doesn't lower the phylactery cooldown, I believe, so...
No,
that would be crazy.
Yeah, that'd be kind of busted. Now I'm just going to push up mid, and there's Thomse. Oh, BKB's popped.
There's the Thomse. He'll
There's
pop
no
BKB,
fight.
and PR getting sucked in. He'll get force staffed away. Viper strike on nothing.
I think he hit a creep, maybe?
Yeah, he had to have hit a creep because nobody on Dire got hit by it. They found Clavs. It'll be the pit, finger. Clavs almost dead, does get the global off, and this is the initiation they need. Samo bounces in, a crush from Thomse. They get the kill on the gyrocopter.
There's the
Zoey
rock.
has to drop the rocket response. It buys a little
Beautiful
bit of space.
ravage.
He's trying to waddle away, but it's a great job. Thomse has to survive here. He's life stealing up on the Mask of Madness. Squelching gets a triple kill. They found BastMaster on the high ground. Thomse cleans it up.
Careful the golem.
It's a 5-man wipe.
Careful the golem.
Just for Clavs. That is a great hold by Goonfellas. The fight that they needed to take. The fight that they needed to win.
See, that's what that's the shit they need to do.
Off of this. Great fight coming out from Goonfellas. Clavs survived just long enough to get his global silence off, and it turned the fight completely.
Alright, guys, this does have backdoor protection.
Looks like Dire fortified their structures.
Give her, careful, careful.
Dire's middle tower isn't going
Zeus will be up in 10 seconds. That's a lot of damage. You need to heal. You need to heal. She's gonna kill you. Oh, he heals. He eats the lotus. He eats the lotus.
He doesn't have Zeus for 10 seconds anyway.
I think it would have
And
been close.
It's only level 2 ult.
Still had Glimmer as well, so yeah, wouldn't have done enough, but it would have gotten very close. Would have been enough for maybe considering a jump in from MPR with the gateway. Everyone just goes through. Well, I've seen mistakes happen with that before. Oh, bye Zoey. They tried to take the torment, and Zoey nearly died from it.
Zoey.
That's the effect of Rocket
ways.
Barrage.
quick as she can. But it's like I said during the draft. He's a pub terror. He doesn't need too much to do so much damage. Thomse on the Slard are really keeping his team in it.
He is. That damage amplification, it's basically making MPR a wet noodle. As soon as that amplified damage comes on him, he's gonna get fucked up. Because you're throwing the amplified damage, then you're throwing the Deso damage.
Right, I'm not sure if he had the plate mail in that last fight. He's now going for Shiva's.
It's not gonna make a difference. It will make a bit of difference, but
it'll at least keep him. It'll leave him his base armor
so
from after he gets amplified.
27. Yeah, they'll give him base armor.
Also leaving. They found NPR, but they missed the crush actually. If Thomse can get a bash, there's the bash.
Yeah,
prime.
there's the bash.
He's
You're
just gonna
dead.
try to
He's
gate
dead.
out, but they stun him. They keep him from going through the gate, and now they have a gate. Where does it go? It goes to mid lane. And Dire's pretty split right now. They won't play Russian roulette with the gate. They'll let it time out.
It's smart. At the moment,
No,
they've
definitely smart.
got to realise that Goonfellas are strong right now, and their way back in the game is basically an MKB or a butterfly for themselves.
Bash
Now
done on Samo.
Kara has gone the tanky route. 3600 HP. Ooh,
Has
there's
Satanic
posturing.
finished.
This could be a fight round
Roche
Roche.
is up. A smoke from both sides.
Big issue you've got at the moment is Clavs and Squelchy are on low ground, so if they come from near Thomse, that's a bad position to be in.
Both teams just chilling in the tree line. Either side of the Roche pit. Bassmaster will break the smoke on Gibbo.
Gibbo wasn't smoked, that was the thing.
They're just both trying to
They found
They're
Kara!
stuck with the jump onto the gyrocopter. They found him, and the damage from
Force
the
that
PA,
away!
they're trying to blow him up, but he's satanicking through all the damage. Life stealing up. He's almost back to full. Thomse goes down. Squelchy trying to click through Kara. The satanic runs out. Kara will go down.
Dagger crit!
Ben might be next. And there's Samo. He's found him. Boom! The 1500 crit. It's another big fight for Goonfellas, and now they've established Roche control.
You want to see the graphs?
I want to see the graphs. 6,600 damage done by the PA. 8,000 by the gyrocopter. Kept himself alive for so long.
There's your swing,
heals,
boys.
But
There's your swing.
But it wasn't enough. And now
It's
Goonfellas
going.
will secure this Aegis and the cheese.
Samo, don't die. Don't die, Samo. I'm going to say this every time he goes for Roshan now. Don't die to it.
I don't think he will, but they have to come back and defend their base. Samo will do so. Get that bottom lane pushed out, and then you can start to look for the big pick-off that'll allow you to force high ground.
So, MKB is queued up.
It's still a ways away, though.
It is. And Samo has 5k. He can buy whatever the fuck he wants at this point. What do you fancy?
I reckon you finish the Abyssal, and you blink on top of the gyro, and you Abyssal him before he gets the Satanic popped. Yeah. You have to take him out of the fight, first and foremost. You have BKBs now, so Ben's not as threatening. Once Kara is dead, then you can kill the rest of the team.
So we're getting Eon Disc coming out from Bast, recognizing he just got crit by a dagger and blown up.
Samo will use some of that money to buy his shard. It's a good shard pickup.
Ooh, I like
Just
that.
makes
Fan of
NPR
knives.
even squishier.
Oh, banana knives. Oh, they're going for the torment themselves. Wow. Holy shit.
A very quick Tormentor that'll upgrade Squelchy. Will get his shard out of that.
Did you
Now
see
they have
how
a little
fast
more
that
building
melted?
cushion. I did not. I was on Samo actually.
So the
He
amplified
will go for the Abyssal though.
the amplified haze got put on it and it fucking melted. Slardars might be probably the poggest at Tormentor takes just because of the amplified haze. I like that. Purple Doom for Gyro Man.
They're leaving the Arcane Rune. Viper will pick it up.
Do we have any other eggs popping out? Or any shards? We've got a BKB starting to be done for Ben. Gonna be a little while on that.
NPR, he's caught out. He's gonna walk. If he walks a little bit left, he's gonna walk into the Radiant Vision, but he recognizes it. He will TP bottom. He's safe. What a cracking game one we have here.
It is.
We have been blessed with some truly great Dota games so far.
So here's something for you. Squelchy really has a hex.
Indeed, he does. 3,600 gold in the bank.
We've got tier 4 neutrals coming out. Trickster Cloak on Squelchy.
He is going to melt this tower. Another creep wave is shortly arriving. This tier 2 is not long for this world. Look at the damage the Viper does to the tower.
Oh, has he got the shard? He has got the shard.
He got the shard from the Tormentor kill.
Yeah. So, do we have any other tier 4 neutrals? We've got Telescope on our lovely Gibbo. It's going to be great for him.
Viper actually is holding the Trickster Cloak in his backpack, but is keeping the Grove Bow out for the magic resistance.
I like that.
Reduction. Yes, I like that too.
Well,
If the fight pops off and it starts to get hairy, you put Trickster's Cloak in your inventory and you've got...
I think by that point you're dead. If they go on you at that point, you're probably dead. I think at the moment...
he's got Hurricane Pike, so he should be nowhere near the middle of the fight.
I think at the moment, while they have the advantage, Growbow's great because it gives you the attack range. You can sit a bit further back, and you can just plink away, almost basically like your sniper roll. If you have to start maybe getting man fights and you start struggling a bit to deal with the magic damage, in goes the Trickster Cloak, and you deal with it that way. I wonder what Samurai's going to go for. Is he going to change it up, or is he just going to keep this Titan Sliver? I wouldn't mind if he keeps the Titan Sliver.
Now you see the difference here in the offlaners. I believe NPR is pretty much capped out on utility. He's got Greaves, Shivas, Pipe, Atos.
You can always upgrade the Atos.
Thomse has so much room to get bigger. BKB, Blink, Harpoon, going for the AC, pretty close to it.
You can always get bigger in terms of NPR.
It might not be the PA you have to worry about in these fights. It might have to be him.
So, NPR could upgrade his Atos to a... Gleipnir?
Gleipnir, right?
Yep, that's the one, Gleipnir. He could get an AC himself. I wouldn't mind an AC.
And alternatively, Thomse can... I would disassemble... Eventually, I would disassemble this Mask of Madness and turn it into your own Satanic.
Yes.
Aegis does expire, though, on Samo. So the timing is missed, but they're going to go for the smoke anyway.
What do you turn the... it's not the Eagle Saw, what's the Quarterstaff into?
On who?
On Thomse.
Quarterstaff?
Yeah. Because you're going to disassemble the Mask of Madness and turn that into a Satanic. You're left with a Quarterstaff.
I mean, the only thing I can think of off the top of my head, that doesn't Quarterstaff build into Butterfly?
It does, but you don't really want to take that as that last spot. Ooh, there's a fight in mid. They found Clavs.
There's a fight in mid, and they found Clavs. If they blow him up before the global, it's a big one. They do, but he has buyback.
So I think Rangers back up here.
Yeah,
let them come, defend the high ground.
If they overextend, it's a quick buyback into instant global, and then whoever overextends is caught.
It is, and that will be Kara because she's the siege hitter. So they have to be very careful here.
And the siege begins. The tier 3 tower is already pretty low. It's a triple stifling dagger from the PA. She can spam that out. Fish for crits. Samo actually reaching level 25. He is caught up fully. 7, 2, and 5. 400 CS. He's had a great rebound.
He has. I'm curious as to the the talent build though. Looks like he's definitely gone for the jump phase, but he's took the tripling dagger at the end. Just a bit curious.
Yeah, not taking all the Phantom Strike talents, but not taking the Stifling Dagger damage and then taking Triple Strike.
Yeah.
Is a little questionable.
But
I understand though that the game has changed a bit, and it's about if you take the Phantom Strike damage, you're blowing up the
NPR breaks the smoke.
Gyrocopter even faster. NPR breaks the smoke, but the global comes out, and they're gonna find Lion as well as NPR.
There's two.
Zoey trying to waddle away, but there's the harpoon. Get over here, says Thomse, and bashes her down. 3 quick kills for Goonfellas, and they can quickly reestablish themselves as the ones in control of this game.
So they are definitely winning fights at the moment.
PA has caught up in net worth.
PA is about to surpass.
gold.
Yeah. They're going to take another tier
The
2.
MKB though is finished.
Scardy.
Is this the deciding item right here?
Yes,
PA going for Scotty, but
Coaches? Anybody? Coaches? Please have a word. Bad item choice. Very bad item choice.
Middle tower isn't going to last long.
Not to the point you want. Basically, you
you know why I don't hate it? Scotty reduces your regen, right? It'll reduce the satanic lifesteal.
not enough. The amount you can actually heal from Satanic with Flat hanging on is crazy. Like, so let's say Scardy does... How much does Scardy do? Let's have a look. Scardy
Bottom tower is under attack.
reduces health and lifesteal and spell lifesteal by 40% for 3 seconds, right? So let's just
You're
say...
able to open shop in Spectator? I'm not.
Yeah, you just click on the gold, bottom right.
Oh. I'm hitting my shop hotkey.
So let's say you reduce it by 40%. Okay. That just means instead of 175%, you have 135%. That means nothing
is
with
it
flat
40
cannon.
Is it 40% of 175, which wouldn't just be a flat 40%? Oh, do they fall for this illusion bait right here? No, smoke does not break. They recognize it.
Yep.
It's just a starter illusion chilling up top.
Okay, so let's say it's 40% of 175. So what?
So that would be
68, 70%? Give or take.
Yeah, I reckon.
So you're still getting 100% lifesteal.
But do you only lifesteal off of the main flat cannon attack, or do you I don't think you lifesteal off of all of them, do you?
You definitely do. Because your side gunner does flat cannon as well, pretty sure.
Just the main
Just the one?
says Kulama.
You sure about that?
Oh, but they jump in, but Thomse jumps on nothing. He jumps on illusions, and he's gonna get chain stun. The Zeusalt comes out as well. They found NPR though on the side. Pit of Malice to zone them out. Clavs,
Where's
very
Samo?
low.
Where's
Will be the first
Samo?
to fall. Squelchy just trying to click in the trees.
There's
Eats the cheese.
Samo!
Samo jumps in. The rock is too late. Gyro goes down. They're gonna go on NPR next.
There's the
Samo
finger.
getting chain stun. Gets finger of death. He'll go down as. Oh, he's
No,
not
he
dead
won't.
yet.
No,
actually
he
jumps
won't.
in. Phantom Strike. Phantom Strike
He
came
walked
to life.
back in.
Everybody is so low. The Chain Frost is gonna clean them up though.
Nope.
Bassmaster, the only survivor on a sliver, less than 100 of HP.
Oh,
Oh
Samo,
my
Samo.
goodness.
He walked back in.
Dies.
He walked back in. I think he was still dead anyway, but he just walked back in.
He said,
to
fuck
the
it, he's
firestorm.
committed.
No, but it was the firestorm he walked back into. He didn't need to. Oh.
Squelchy was doing no damage to the gyro, but kept himself alive long enough with the cheese to keep Gyro committed, and that allowed Samo to jump in and get the finish.
So that's actually a nice net worth swing for Dyer. About 3k. And that's going to be a lot of XP for Clavs. Nearly 22. If we look at hero level. Okay, he's still keeping up with the opponent. In fact, they're fairly even on XP. The only one that's not is Zoey. She's definitely falling behind a little bit. Still need to hit a level 18. And we might as well go to the ultimate one. The buyback status. Why was Bast in base?
It's everybody.
Beats me. Beats me. The last man standing and he walks back to base. He was very low.
He TP'd back to base. He TP'd back to base at 80 HP.
Yeah, but he's got tranquils. He's got 30 HP a second. He heals that up rapidly. I felt like a misplay. Definitely could have stayed out and got a bit of XP there. Definitely could have got farm.
Hera going for now refresher orb. I think you have to buy the Axe Blessing first so that you can clear a spot, because I don't really see any, unless you want to swap out your boots.
You might do.
I don't see what you'd be dropping. PA picks up the Axe Blessing from Roche. Ooh, this could be really good. Refreshing all of her abilities after a kill.
Not sure what I think about that. I think there's potentially better targets for that.
I'm not sure. Unless you wanted to give it to Lich.
Sadistic Age AoE is fucking good. That's really good. Or even just like Slardar, a puddle, give him more survivability so he's more confident going in.
It's just status resistance, really. Like he's getting clicked down and bursted down when he goes in, so.
Yeah, but you also, if you pop Guardian Sprint while you're in the puddle, that's HP regen, armor, and status resist, which is what you need against their 0 negative armor strat. They've got no way of reducing armor.
So another cheese on the Viper as well.
And they're going to take it.
They're gonna take this Tormentor. It goes to Thomse.
That existed for about half a second.
So now Crush will give Corrosive Haze to everybody it hits.
And
slow
chip
siege
away.
with Viper's Poison Strikes. Yep, let the siege begin.
I think I'm dropping some frames here. Yeah, I think I'm getting some frame drops here. Laptop's getting a bit warm. It's a hot day, very hot day.
But not too hot for Dota.
It doesn't look like it for this game.
An early call down committed by Kara. An early glyph too, while they're not.
There's no creeps.
Not even taking damage from. Yeah. So glyph kind of wasted here. Samo can keep the wave cleared with dagger.
All I'm gonna try is maximize my fan settings.
What's coming out? Oh, Clabs is just bringing out wards. Okay. NPR trying to get the split rat push going.
He's got the Fiend's
Has the
Gate.
gate.
He's nearly got heart.
Will the fight pop off before he can get back, though?
So this is the thing. They know they can't fully commit because of the Fiend's Gate and TP potential from NPR. But at the same time, can they go back?
If they see Kara, if they don't have any vision up there, but if they recognize that Kara's not in the base, it's a 5v3. Now they can go.
That's a little
Give up the
sussy
tier
thing.
3.
Is that a no spot for PA jumpers? Or people to jump from? Where Samo is now?
Well, he can't walk through the barrier there.
You can't.
But if he gets vision, he's waiting for one person to walk up and get vision.
What I mean is, though, is it like a known spot where people go to if they want to initiate in, sort of thing? Do people normally go there?
It probably is. And Samo will jump in just to clean up the racks. They lotus him up. He's safe. A global
Global
committed as well. They're
used.
gonna
That was. No, that was.
committing global just for the racks. Thomse is in.
Thomse is
Gets
dead.
the crush onto Zoey, but he has
Back
fed
out.
himself
Back
away.
out. Get away.
He has fed himself away, and now the team fight ults come out.
Someone
Samo
needs
throws
to be
Phantom
there.
Knives. He's BKB'd, tries to blink away. Pit of Malice on 2. NPR is shown up,
That was a mistake.
and they're gonna clean this up. That was a absolute misplay. The
Yep.
global into, but it was really on Thomse, just throwing his life away for no return.
So,
Oh,
so
Jesus.
Thomse going in.
This game
probably bad
swings in the
comms.
other direction now.
Thomse going in. Probably bad comms there. Same with the ult. But the fact that everyone's still stuck about for way too long afterwards, that's a bad play. As soon as that was wasted,
You know what?
get out.
What's a bad play also? NPR committing his Fiend's Gate instead of just TPing, so now he can't Fiend's Gate his team to top lane to take a Rax.
I think they're still going to be able to make use of this. Like, you could argue that, yeah. You could probably. It's probably a bit of both. Because it's like, do you TP and potentially not get backliners or get behind them, or do you Fiend's Gate and do the same, or get behind them?
Well,
You know what I mean?
There was no way he was going to Fiend's Gate behind him because he would have just fed like Thomse did.
Well, not once they committed. You know what I mean? Like, once they jump, you then TP him, you then Fiend's Gate behind them, and basically pincer them in. This is a.
I think he did plenty by just coming in from the front. Thomse pops an early BKB just for a 2-man crush. Dyer's gonna recognize it and back up. They get the ranged racks.
So not great. You
Melee
want both.
will regen. But they do try to equalize this bottom lane a little bit after losing their racks.
Oh,
and
nice
now
smoke.
a smoke from Radiant. All ultimates are up. What's the timer on Rock? 30 seconds on Rock. They hit us. They ping a scan on Kara. They know somebody's farming in the triangle. The scan goes green though, so they know that they've backed out.
Arcane Rune taken up for Squelching.
They
That's
might not get
gonna
the
be
pick that they're looking
nice.
for here.
Why do we always get the late games?
I don't know, because we get the good games. People want to put on a show for the #1 caster duo here at GTI.
It's going 60 minutes. Why do they always do this to us? It's a Sunday night. I've got work tomorrow.
Well, at least they're not doing it for the 11:30 game tomorrow. They
Oh, they found
almost
NPR.
find NPR. They found NPR. Clavs with the drip in. There's
Where'd
the
he
suck
go?
and the harpoon. Samo will blow him up.
Uh,
Kill goes to Clavs.
Oh.
Dyer looked to smoke, but will now retreat to their high ground. So now NPR, the one caught out again. He is really doing his team a disservice this game, constantly being out on his own. That's at least the 4th time he's been picked off by himself.
he's got to be, though. He's got to try and get out there and split the map and keep the lanes pushed in. Problem they've got now is there's no way of getting onto Squelchy, so this could be another tower down.
Squelchy with another cheese. His BKB is available. Hex is available. They take out another tier 3 tower.
There's no
Manta's up in
Aegis.
seconds. They could just send illusions up and slow Plink at the base. It's a buyback from NPR, but the global comes out as well. Kara's in quick before his team is
No
ready,
buyback!
and he's down for 100 with a no buyback. The Rock comes out with the Ag Scepter from Zoey to try to buy some time. NPR on the backline as well, but he's so slow from
Someone's
the
being
Viper
kited.
strike.
Someone's being
Squelchy
kited.
eats the cheese.
Oh.
He is totally healthy. Buyback on Zeus. Buyback on Lion. Zoey will have to buy back as well, but with no Rock available. Another set
You
of
don't
racks
care.
goes down.
You don't care. You just kill them all.
Samo is ready to go again. Samo has money for Satanic as well.
This should
They
be
will
game.
get this final set of racks. It'll be megas for Goonfellas. Zoey will buy back. Probably
Yes,
too
go
late. There's a
Samo,
jump
go Samo.
onto Ben. He gets glimmered. Samo
Oh, He's got to be careful. He's dropping low.
He's chainsawed, but Thomse buys some space.
Oh,
He jumps in. It's the
deleted!
death rock. It's only the death rock from Zoey. Zoey's down with no buyback. It's just Ben. Mega's on the table. This has to be game. And there it is.
There it is.
Called by Zoey. What a performance from Goonfellas.
Oh,
What a great game
oh.
one. Persevering with a terrible safe lane from PA, but she ends up becoming the win condition of all win conditions. Game 1 to Goonfellas.
Whoa. That just happened.
Snoog, I see you lurking in the viewer list. Please get in contact with Ted. Send him this game. What a fucking game that was.
Wait, who's in chat?
Snoog.
Snoog? And she hasn't said anything?
She hasn't said anything, but she's in the list.
My
You
Snoog
open
is
the
not in
viewer
chat
list.
and she's not said anything. I'm offended. Puns are
Harry
allowed
is
in here.
also here.
Harry hasn't said anything either. Huh!
They're just lurking. You realize you can watch a Twitch stream without chatting.
There you go. That's outrageous behaviour. So, let's have a look. Hero damage, hero damage. Ooh. Bit on the low side for NPR there, I'd say.
NPR
Yeah.
died first so many times. What,
He did.
7K? How did he...
That's what I mean. I don't
That's-
think this was a good hero for NPR. I think this was a bad
That's
pick.
insane.
I don't think it could. I think they could have done a much better offlaner there. Because I know NPR is a good offlaner, so you can definitely do better than that. So I think this might have just been a bad hero pick. But at the same time, very well played by Goonfellas. Exceptionally well played.
Very well played.
Mm.
I would say MVP to...
Nope, I don't do
Probably
MVPs.
Samo.
No MVPs. No MVPs. Don't do it. Doesn't happen in this channel. We do not MVP.
It doesn't happen in this channel.
Nope. Everybody that played is an MVP for me. Because they all played their fucking hearts out.
Can't argue with that one.
I do not do MVPs. This is all for charity.
Well, we will be right back with game number 2. Hopefully it measures up to game number 1. I'm going to go for a water break. I
Yeah.
will see you guys in just a moment.
I'm going to go for a smoke. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to leave the draft screen on. So that you can basically see it if we're not back in time. But holy shit! How the fuck did that happen? Alright, I am back. This is Joff versus PA lobby. Whoopsie! Did Evie forget something? Got to change the name. Whoops. He goofed. Yeah, that was a very interesting game one. Chat, it was. I don't know what to make. I wasn't expecting it to be that close. That's not disrespect, but I thought Two Alpha DotA would have potentially got away a bit better than that. But it seems Thomse is definitely a threat. And Samo, if he has a decent game, can be a bit of a challenge. He was too hot for DotA. I don't know what's going to happen in game 2. Do you reckon they'll ban out the PA? The fear of it from the last game? Or do you reckon they'll say, okay, rather than that, let's potentially ban out the Slardar, because that was the initiation, that caused a lot of issues. Without the amplified curse, maybe it's not as much threat.
Although it could also be, I think both of these teams felt they had a strong chance to win that game, so maybe the drafts resemble what we had in game 1. Maybe they're confident in their strategy, and they just needed game 1 to refine the execution a bit.
For me, it definitely felt like Two Alpha DotA went a bit iffy on theirs, because they had a time limit. PA is incredibly strong at the moment if you go late game, and she will just melt your entire team. You cannot afford to let her go that way. Even with the MKB, like, Gyro could be 6 slotted, she ate the Ags, she could have a shard, she ate the shard, she could have a Moon Shard. A PA is still going to murder her ass.
Yeah.
Like, you've got to basically kite the PA out. If you don't kite him out, he will destroy you. It didn't feel like they had their usual quick manoeuvrability heroes, which you sort of see from Two Alpha DotA. Like, I'm used to seeing maybe the Treant Protector, which obviously I know is banned, or the Hoodwink. Like, just things that can get in and out of the trees and just cause chaos. I think without that, it made them very static and very reliant on NPR and Car to basically be the front line. Which you don't want if you've got Corrosive Haze on your ass. You're going to get melted. And they had no way to dispel it, did they?
No.
No notice was picked up or anything. No. So again, itemization. That might have helped them out there a bit. But we're into game 2. So let's see how the drafts end up.
Yeah, we'll see this first wave of bans and see if it's a direct response to game number 1, or if do they follow game 1's bans.
So the interesting thing is that obviously Two Alpha DotA don't get as many bans against them for the first phase, so they can get maybe one of their comfort picks through. They might go for the OD. I probably wouldn't first pick it, because I think that would be a huge mistake. They're afraid of the Zoey Venge though.
If you are Goonfellas, do you already consider this series as a victory? Not to say you should definitely not let off the gas for game 2, but you've already guaranteed at least a split with one of the group favorites.
Yeah, I probably would, because you come into this as the underdog.
And that this is the group of death, is it not?
Oh, massively. This is guaranteeing now that at least 3 teams are sharing the top spot. Potentially 4, depending on if Two Alpha DotA can pull one back. This is definitely spicy. And I think if Two Alpha DotA don't play the draft better in this one, Goonfellas have the ability to 2-0 them. And that will be a huge upset.
A massive upset. And
I think it will
more or
cause.
less might guarantee their spot in the upper bracket.
10 seconds remaining.
That would put Goonfellas at 4-0.
It wouldn't guarantee it yet, I don't think, because there's still 6 more games to play.
It'd be damn close. They've only played George Foreman.
Yeah, so you still got another six
so they-
games after this.
They still have Spherical and Mancaf as the other
But
dominant teams. in
you're
this
forgetting
round.
one. You're forgetting one. Team.
Dire team's turn to ban.
That is true. Team is 2-0.
They are a very strong team.
10
They do
seconds
not. They should not be slept on because they've got 2 players who were considered too good to play a specific role in the in-houses. So, if Goonfellas do 2-0 to DotA, I think it's going to make the other teams suddenly wake up and pay attention to them, which could be a bad thing, because it means they might get more research done on them. But given 2 Hot for Dota have already basically got their dossier
team's turn to pan.
or their... what's the best way of putting it? You ever watch Bruce Almighty the movie?
I have.
You know when he first meets God and he's in the big white room
10 seconds remaining.
with the cabinet, you know, opens the drawer and it goes for like 200 yards?
Right.
Just- That's basically like 2 Hot for Dota's dossier on every team.
It is.
They have done that much research.
Zoey is Bruce typing at the computer at 10,000 words per minute, writing up reports on everybody. It's the fucking scene from True Sight where Seb's holding all his papers.
It is.
And they're like, oh look, Seb's got his fucking papers again.
Do you reckon part of that last game then might have been a bit of disrespect from 2 Hot, where they weren't fully
5 seconds remaining.
seeing Goonfellas as a potential threat, and it just caught them by surprise, leading into the mid game, which was enough to swing the side, and Goonfellas just took over from there.
I'm not too sure about that. It might have just been standard Goon misplays with a lead. They lose that fight in the Radiant Jungle, and that kind of swung the game. They had plenty of opportunity to pull it back, and nearly did with the fight where everybody except for BastMaster died.
That was funny.
If you keep a core alive in that fight, then you force out some buybacks,
Team's turn to pan.
and maybe the
Oh, no,
entire
no.
trajectory of the late game changes.
That depends on the core. If it's Gyro, yes. If it's MPR, you're not worried about him taking tower and racks in time before people come back alive. You still got to get the wave, remember?
10 seconds remaining.
So you only have maybe 30 seconds of actual free hitting on the tower,
5 seconds remaining.
plus the creep, plus the racks to get it down. So I think if Carl survived, yes, you could potentially see a buyback being forced. Maybe even 2 if they want to try and get the kill on her. I'll definitely force out 2 if it means killing off the Kara there. They do respect ban the PA. So that's a good choice. That was a good choice. And the silencer for that matter.
And Goonfellas in return bans out the gyro.
Yeah.
Other than that, their bans are pretty straightforward from what they were in game 1.
Well, you notice how the Treant Protector made it through from the first phase.
Sure did.
That's the downside of those first only having 2 bans. The Dire.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, that's what cost them, I think. That's a very nice comfort pick.
Yeah, they had to spend that 3rd ban on OD to make sure that Ben didn't get his comfort hero.
Dire team's turn.
I'm okay with that though. I would definitely rather the tree get through than a comfort pick like Ben OD.
There's the classic. The Goon Shadow Garmin.
Oh, Rasta makes his appearance.
Hey man, you wanna buy some cocaine? That's the only way I can do
Primal
a
Beast,
Jamaican accent.
Primal Beast Shaman. If this is a 4 Shaman, this is a scary offlane.
assuming it's a Primal Beast off lane. Could be a Squelching mid off lane. A mid Primal.
A mid off lane. I
Yeah,
love it.
a mid off lane. You know, we've seen them before. You know, one TA in the off lane. And there's the Willow. Now is Clabs the Willow player? That's the question. Is it Clabs or Gibbo who's the Willow player? We should ask Zoey, she'll know.
I would think Gibbo is gonna play the shaman here.
5 seconds remaining.
I think it's gonna be a Clabs Willow. But Bedlam on the Primal Beast, you just put it on him as he's charging in.
Yeah, you're basically guaranteed a kill there.
That is a lot of damage.
The only way that Radiant survive is if they've got a hero with jump. A hero that can get away.
And the PA is banned.
It is.
You
You know who
probably
else
want
has
to
a
go for
jump?
a mid. You probably want to go for a mid laner like Quap here.
Do you know who else has a great jump though?
In the pause 1 position,
Yeah,
the Void.
my boy. My little boy. My best man. The pickled
I
Richard.
see.
Team's turn to pick.
And they pick up a Zeus. Okay.
He has the silence cloud too for, you know, once Primal charges in,
Yep.
if you can get the cloud down before he gets the biff bam bop off, it could completely disrupt their team fight. That's not a bad shout. And the supports are very squishy. Oh, the Slardar gets through and Too Hot for pick it up themselves.
I wonder if that was a coach moment, realising just how quick this hero can take down Tormentors.
10 seconds.
That's-
So at least on the support side, Willow should be safe if she can get the Shadow Realm off.
5 seconds remaining.
And
Oh, you
Gibbo
never
will
save.
have to be very Gibbo will have to be very quick on the fingers to be able to get the hex off.
Well, you never save, even if you get the Shadow Realm off, because you're basically still susceptible to the Slithering Crush.
You're susceptible to the crush, but not the follow-up bashes at least.
No, but then you've got Lions
And
Storm
that would buy
afterwards,
your
and they
team
would go.
time.
I sort of agree, Ari. They do have... They've got a bit more
Yeah, but
team fight this game.
I think the Slardar might be the answer to that. And if they pick a hyper physical damage carry this time,
It's whether Kara can play it, that's the question. I don't know if she can play things like the TB or your... Well, I wouldn't even say the PL, because that's quite a lot of magic these days. Your Ursa,
know what I
maybe?
wouldn't-
Team ban.
you know what I wouldn't mind here? So Too Hot for Dota, they've got good burst, but they've also got a team that doesn't really rely too much on farming the map. They only need 1 or 2 major items each. What if you go for the Naga here?
For
10 seconds remaining.
Too Hot or for Goonfellas?
For Too Hot.
5 seconds remaining.
If you go Naga, that's a net for the Primal Beast. It's Song to interrupt the team fights,
Turn to ban.
get everybody in position to counter-initiate.
So... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think if it can survive long enough,
10 seconds
like let's say to the mid game, it can come online and be good. I think
By
it
mid-game, you
really
should
might
have
struggle
Manta
early game
Heart.
though. I think it's going to struggle way too much early game. 'Cause I think it's got no way of dealing with Willow and Primal. I think Primal and Willow will just completely destroy her in the early game. I mean, if she can play it, I think this is a fucking great Turboblade game.
Dire team ban.
They banned the PL themselves. That would have been another option.
Maybe they're thinking something along those that gets counted by PL. Not sure what carry you'd pick though. That
10
maybe
seconds remaining.
that's why you
Yeah,
like
then
them picking PL.
For Goonfellas, what do you think here? What's Samo's hero here?
Dire
The
team
Samo here,
You've got a lot of disruption in this fight With Beast, you've got Willow
Sven.
Terrorize.
Sven. I think this is actually a fucking great Sven game. Because you've got the bonus armor, which helps negate Slardar. You're a natural BKB buyer. You're a natural blink buyer as well, so you can get on the back lines and blow up somebody.
5 seconds remaining.
I actually really like a Sven game here.
Radiant team's turn to pick.
So I went Wraith King. Similar effect,
Okay.
minus the cleave.
Minus the cleave, but you've got skeletons. You're an armlet buyer.
You know what, I actually really
Natural
like
BKB
Too
buyer.
Hot now. You know what I really like for Too Hot right here?
Remaining.
El Antimago.
5 seconds remaining.
But then
Anti-Mage.
he has the same problem. He gets the same problem where he's going to get dumpstered by this offlane combo.
Not as much though, because you can... Yes, you can't really trade, so to say. But you've got the mana burn, which helps knock down Primal Beast mana, so he can't be as effective. Same with the Willow. And you do have the blink away if you need to. And if Primal Beast gets 6, you can just pop your magic shield, and he can't basically go on you.
You actually have a lot of spells that you can counter. You can magic shield here. You've got Viper ult. You've got all of Shadow Shaman spells.
Yep. You got Wraith King stun as well. The other one I wouldn't mind is if Too Hot for DotA picked up a Richard. Oh, they went for the Ursa.
Oh, they go for the Ursa. Okay.
Which... is that going to get kited?
I don't really like it into the Wraith King either, because you're just going to build up all your Fury stacks just for him to die once, and then you're going to have to build them all up again. And then, yeah, you can get kited. You've got Terrorize. You've got Viper slows. You've got a lot of CC potential on the side of Goonfellas. I don't know. I think Goonfellas' strat is going to be easier to execute. I actually prefer their draft for that.
So the one thing I'd say Too Hot for DotA has going for them is they do have a decent transition from early to mid to late game. Because you've got the magic damage to get you through the early/mid. You've got NPR on a Slardar, which is going to probably do much better than what he had last game. And it allows him to be more tempo control. And an Ursa late game, depending on the build, she's going to melt fuckers. Because I think if NPR puts Corrosive Haze on Squelchy or Thomse, they're as good as dead. There's no if or buts about it.
Yeah. Wraith King's natural armor scaling is also very bad, so
It is, but
they could blow up Samo very quickly.
you can. That's what I mean. There's, as I pointed out, you don't pick the Ursa to fight a Wraith King. You pick it to murder everyone else, and he's definitely got the ability there.
He'll have the ability there though once he gets a BKB. Like Enrage is gonna help him, but are you enraging just through the Viper Strike and the Willow Maze, the Shaman Hex and Shackles? There's a lot of ways to just kite out that timing, and then once the enrage is over, you're kind of just a squishy little teddy bear.
There is. We've also got to look at the other side.
Prepare for battle.
They've got Overgrow as well now, so they can easily lock people in place. And who on Dire is building a Manta or a way to get out of it? I
Well,
think.
it's just a route, right? So Primal will probably build a Lotus.
Yeah,
Viper might go for a Manta.
Plans with me?
Viper might.
It's not great on him, but
Samo won't.
he might be forced into. Yeah, Samo won't.
Come mid and hold
But he doesn't really care as long as he has a second life available.
So it's.
And yeah, Primal can actually take the
Oh.
talent
We've got posturing.
when he up bros.
We've got posturing.
Both teams going to the bottom rune here. Goonfellas is going to go for the invade. They will be on the low ground.
This is a bad idea.
Too Hot will spot this. We saw this yesterday in our other series.
Beautiful.
It's a two-man crush and a lion stun. Clab's very low. He's probably going to be first blood here. He will be. But if they can kill Kara in return, it's definitely worth it.
They're going to lose 3
There's
though.
gonna be, they're gonna lose way
4.
too many. They're gonna lose more than 3. It's gonna be a 4th. The Shadow Shaman to fall. The last click from NPR is a 4 for 1. Oh my goodness, the other lanes get so much better. NPR, where are you going? Go get the bounty rune.
They're just going to leave
my
it.
lord.
If you're going for the top runes, at least get in the water so you're a bit faster.
So at the very least, Squelchy survives and got the kill on the Ursa, so that's bonus gold for the mid lane.
Was unexpected.
It is, and if they go for their top rune, that's 3 runes for them. 4 if they take this bottom one. They sneak it.
Yes, bottom rune is still there. But it's the same walk up that we saw yesterday with our other series. It's just you walk up high ground blind and you expect it to go well?
Yeah, it's not a smart play. Not a smart play.
If you're going to do that, at least smoke. Oh, Gibbo.
So they did smoke.
Absolutely
So
trolling Samo right there.
I think if you're going to do it, you come around the bottom and you actually cut in at the, almost like just north of the tier 2.
Pretty sure they didn't smoke. They just walked up.
No, they were smoked. It might have actually ran out by the time they got there.
I don't think it did.
Or
Bassmaster, though, caught in the maze. Gonna take 80% of his health from the maze and from the trample.
maybe they might not have
They
been.
can if they can keep this tree completely zoned out, so they can bully this Ursa.
It's not an easy hero to bully. Mainly because obviously Fury Swipes, it's painful, but we all know based on the last game, if anybody can do it, Thomse can. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. That beautiful juicy wave under the tower. And he misses. He misses CS straight away. There's one. Come on.
Got one. Come on, Thomse.
There's
And
2.
That's 2.
Can you get the 3rd?
Get that
Yep.
one. Good. 2.
Oh.
Nope.
Yep.
All right.
We'll count it.
Okay.
That's a net win. That's a net win.
So what? 4 for 6.
It was. That bounty was still there. Oh.
I wonder who will be the first to see it. They found Bast again. The
Oh, a chicken
Bramble
little
trample
roll.
combo.
A lol in mid. And a waffle. Some shenanigans going on in mid we see.
They high fiving.
A mutual sign of respect before they try and kill each other. It's definitely started off quicker than the last game. Well, the first
Samo
kill did.
definitely the loser here so far. Really struggling to get some last hits. He's got to get these 2. Come on. No. You got to get the banner creep.
He is. He's really down compared to the last game. So
He
that
went for the early. He went for an early wand instead of more stat items. What's he got coming out? He's got boots now. No early bracer for the extra couple points of damage. Not even a gauntlet of strength.
yeah, I think MPR is gonna bully him this game. He's got a more aggressive hero, a hero which can fight. I expect that
the
lane to
deny
go that way.
potential from the Slardar too is he's already got 8 denies.
It's almost more denies than somehow has CS.
Radiant's courier just got killed.
Samo's just really mistiming these clicks. Clavs has to retreat. Very low. Will slowly regen back up. Mid lane pretty much the same as last game, a standstill.
It
So
is.
one of them hits 6, I would assume.
Ben
who's
just
got
popping out the
more
arc
squat-
lighting.
Dyer's middle tower
Squelchy.
left
Ben's
side.
actually level 5. Probably
He
from all
is.
the XP.
He's-
All the XP he got from those 4 kills. Even though Squelchy got the killing blow of his own. It does not give him the advantage here.
No, so there's actually not much XP you get from the level 1 kills. As you can see, they're actually evened up
No,
very
it's
close.
it's more so the gold advantage.
Fact.
And
You could argue
looking
it's
at
what,
that,
deny difference?
and Ben's actually above him on net worth too, so
Yeah, you'd expect that. He's definitely winning that battle.
yeah. So the little bit of lead that Squelching got from the first blood is squandered.
I think it's... Is this a pos 4 tree?
No, it's a pos 5 tree.
Luke, are you on crack? Although they have switched up the lanes. This is a BastMaster pos 5 now.
There's a charge through by Thomse, but he's just using it to get away.
Yeah, he knows he's safe.
Ben will pick up the original bounty rune as well as the next one that spawned. So
You're
he's
like,
got full
ooh.
mana going back to lane.
Full
Yeah,
mana,
nice
full
little
health.
treat.
Let's spam out some spells, shall we? Try and secure the 6-minute bounty rune. Or 6-minute rune, sorry. So this is very similar to our last game in the early stages, where Too Hot for DotA did take the lead. Oh, Viper Strike.
Another just cheeky Viper Strike just to keep him low.
I don't mind it.
The 6-minute rune is up. It's a regen rune top. Squelching needs to recognize this, or it's all for naught.
Oh, he does. He's
does.
getting it.
Oh, please don't miss that CS.
Oh,
Please.
The
Oh,
Thunder God's Wrath top takes that one, and they're about to take down Samo as well. Bye, Samo. It was nice meeting you, buddy.
Samo will die. It's a double kill for Zoey. Already has Tranks done. She's probably just going to rush a blink if I had to guess. Double blink with Lion and Slardar. They can put on so much more pressure.
Yeah, you'd expect the roaming gang.
Thomse's blink last game was so late, they could take advantage of the window that he squandered.
Depends what he's going this game. He's going... I have no idea what he's got flying out.
Just phase boots so far. He probably hasn't made up his mind yet.
Just Tango's coming on the courier. Okay. Ben, doing the walk of shame. Must follow him all the way while he does his walk of shame. Shame. Shame.
Meanwhile,
Shame.
Samo having to take the
Ding.
small camp of shame.
Well, that's the XP completely back in Squelchy's favour.
Yep. Hits level 7 first.
He's still got a bottled regen, so he could actually be a bit more aggressive if he wanted to.
Probably waiting for Viper Strike to come up in 5 seconds. Regeneration pops.
Oh, he can't really afford to get
that-
aggressive now.
That was just the rune timeout, I think. But there it is, the Viper Strike. If Zeus will jump away after taking another right click, it will get him down to half.
Yeah,
But the
he's
8-minute
gonna
rune
bottle.
is coming up, and let's see if Ben guesses right. He guesses wrong. And look who's coming to steal the Invis rune.
Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into.
There's one route.
Runs into the bramble.
But
There's a
Squelchy's
curse
not
crown
here.
on top of it.
Squelchy's not here though.
Squelchy's not there, but now he is. There's another heavenly jump.
Yeah, not sure you fight this. Not sure you keep going.
Flies him to space.
You're
Tree
tanking
is gonna
towers.
TP in.
This is actually an L. This is a
Tree.
return.
Yeah, Squelchy will probably die here. Zoey rotates as well, gets a finger stack just to add insult to injury. Clabs is out.
Yeah, so that was a mistake. They should have spotted the failed gank. They took the rune away from him. That was the success. As soon as they started chasing,
Yeah.
you can sort of maybe bully him back, but don't dive. Leave him.
Yeah, you can take the invis and cast your spells on him there if you're Clabs, but after that, after he jumps, just leave him alone.
Yeah, he's got to do the
You
walk of
got-
shame again.
Oh, BastMaster coming around the back, gets the Leech Seed onto the Primal Beast. He's got to charge away.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Ben really talking a lot of shit. He is actually 007. Congratulations, mate. You're Zeus. You can press R.
Shocking players.
Corrosive
only their
Haze
Dota
is
play was
now
good as their
available
shit
for
talk.
NPR. He's just going to spam it on Samo, make it impossible for him to approach this lane. And he tries to, and he gets stunned by the Lion while the Corrosive Haze is still on him. The bashes from the Slardar are enough, and he's only level 5, so no ultimate available to him. Bassmaster also picks up a kill on the Primal Beast. Too Hot for Dota have definitely regrouped.
I wouldn't have even leveled
They're
ult.
coming out strong in this game too.
So even if I'd just hit level 6 there, I still wouldn't have leveled the ult on NPR. On Samo, sorry. I would have accepted the death and just come back with it full then. Just because that way you can sort of take your fight yourself. Even if you die there, you're dying a second time straight after.
Definitely.
We'll take a little swap over to net worth.
Ben also picks up the Tumbler's toy, so he's got 2 jumps now. He should never die to this Viper.
We have a repeat of the PA game for Samo at the moment.
Indeed, the Tree and Protector almost higher net worth.
I'll rephrase. A repeat of the PA from the last series. Oh, Thomse?
Zoey has 1800. Oh, she rotates, gets a finger kill. Gets a finger kill in mid on the Viper. 2 stacks at 11 minutes. Only 100 gold off of the Blink Dagger. She doesn't have it queued up, but I have to imagine that's what she's going to go first.
Yeah, you don't save that much unless you're planning on blinking. The only other thing you might potentially do is go ultra greedy, and I mean ultra greedy, and get yourself a Midas. You know, like how NPR's got. But he's had a free lane.
Down bot on the tree, and they brought Viper down here. Viper showing though on the wave, and that's going to scare Kara all the way back to the bottom jungle.
What's Kara going for? She's going for the Battle Fury. She's got one part coming out. So she's getting there. She's getting there. Armlet's being built for Samo. So making the right choice there, I think.
We actually have a Midas on NPR.
Yeah.
So he uses the Mask of Madness gold that Thomse had last game, going toward a Midas now for NPR. Down in the bottom lane, Overgrowth goes out, as well as the Bramble Maze. Kara almost navigates her way through the Bramble Maze, but he's going to leave BastMaster to die.
Yep.
So that he can guarantee his escape, which
That's
should
what
be
you want.
done.
Yep, that is expected.
It's a kill for Viper at least. So Goonfellas can take away that at least their mid laner gets a kill. That's a Dragonlance finished on Squelchy.
Meanwhile, Zoe's running away from Skellies.
Hasn't bought the blink yet.
What's she waiting
She's at
for?
24. She's at 2400. She just not notice? There it is.
There it is.
Stream snipe. Thompson trying to charge through. Doesn't make it through the trees though. Ben escapes.
I think they've got to try and apply some more pressure bot. Because at the moment, Samo is about to lose his entire map to Slardar. But saying that, Slardar without any items with just a Midas and boots. Even if he gets a blink, I'm not sure how that works up against a Wraith King with armlet. That might be an interesting one to see how that pairs up. Meanwhile, we've got a smoke going on down bot. They're looking at trying to get aggressive. But I think
Goodfellas does recognize it. They've retreated to their own side of the river. Should be fine. Samo trying to show, but every time he shows, he's just going to get hazed. And now NPR can follow him through the jungle.
he can,
Samo, you cannot show on this wave.
but it's not a lot. At the moment, it's what? -10, phase boots for a couple of, and you got 6
Here
from
comes
Helm.
NPR.
So it's still net worth. It's still even.
Gets the stun off, gets the skeletons off, but the bashes immediately come, as well as the Slithering Crush. But Thomse is here. Maybe it was a bait all along. Thomse has no mana for the ult though. Clavs will try to get the Hex on him as well. With the Bramble Maze, they catch NPR. That's a big return kill for Samo. That's the armlet done.
Just the way back in again. That's how they do it.
I was nervous there. Thomse had no ult because of no mana, so
I think this
I was
might be.
worried that NPR might catch one or two before he eventually died. And now they immediately smoke on the mid lane. Thomse gonna look for the charge. The Bramble Maze catches Bassmaster. They'll pick up the pause 5. If nothing else, the Biff Bam Bop comes out. Thomse.
I don't know why Ben and Zoey are hanging about here. They are very gankable. Got to just sit back a little bit because it's very easy for Thompsons to get on top of you, and then there's easy follow up from Brambles and from Shadow Shaman. I don't believe the ult for Pulverize is very long cooldown. No, it's very low, even at level 1.
No, it's very short. Zoey has her blink done. Will put her own ward on top of the Dire ward, so both teams know that they're there.
They know they're there, but it's whether Dire saw Zoey place the ward. If they did, if they were paying attention, they would have seen her walk up there and place it.
Samo, please turn your armlet on.
He's not walking on over off, is he?
Middle tower is under attack.
He is. Okay. So yeah, now with the actual armlet, at the moment he's
Bassmaster caught again. The Overgrowth will try to buy him some time to walk away, but he's slowed from the Viper Strike, and Squelching is on a haste rune.
There's no follow up there.
better of it.
Yeah, he can't go there. That's suicide.
Ben does not have a lot of mana though.
Doesn't have a lot
If he were
of
to
net
ult-
worth either.
If he were to ult, he'd have nothing else. So actually, if you're Squelchy, I think you just tell your supports to go in with you.
Oh, NPR. And Zoey caught up top. They're just going to
Caught up top,
sacrifice Zoey.
They've already popped the Wraith King reincarnation, so Samo will have to be extra careful for the next 3 minutes, but they do get another kill onto the Wraith King. And Bassmaster caught by the Cursed Crown into the Biff, bam, bop,
beautiful
Wraith
crit.
King with the big crit.
NPR, you can't fight here. Stay back. Ben nearly dropping as well, very low. These are just dubs
Yes, like I
coming out
said,
all
like-
around for too hot.
Yeah, Clavs has this urn, so he should just be healing up his Viper and letting him put pressure on this lane. If Ben walks up, they should just go. Gets the D ward as well. Thomse looking to invade now. Going straight BKB after Blade Mail. I like this.
It was spotted on the obs though, so they would have seen him come down here. Same as they probably would have seen Clavs walk down here as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they start... Well, they've got a sentry here, so they know it's not warded.
But they don't realize that it's their side of the high ground. Their side of the river that's warded.
They don't.
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
They get the sentry that Clavs just placed. So now they know that that spot's warded. NPR still up in this top jungle, has the blink done. Working on his own BKB, but he's got 3 members of Goonfellas nearby. He's got to be extra careful.
The thing with NPR, right, is even though they've had... Was it 1 or maybe 2 kills on him now? Just the 1. Because he's got the Midas, he's got a very easy way of getting back into the game. So they could he could afford to die a couple more times with this split pushing, and he's still going to make bank. However,
Yeah, and ever since the death that Kara had, he's been left completely alone.
this is
Has the
nearly
Battle
complete.
Fury done? Has half of the Diffusal Blade. Diffusal's done in 5 gold. Blinked will come after that.
Now Death Blade could be
Or
big.
Might be going for the. Might actually go for the blink first. Nope, buys the Diffusal.
So that's the right play, I
Clavs
think.
walks uphill. Pops the Shadow Realm. Gonna get stunned though.
Gonna die.
No,
Oh,
Squelchy. I think you just leave him.
finger!
I don't think you're getting this return kill on Bassmaster. Even if you do, it's going to come at the cost of your lives, because here's the Ursa Warrior. Rooted up, but he's going to get Viper as well. Trying to run away.
Yep,
The
that's a
tower
3
will
for
not
nothing.
protect him. And Kara gets the snowball rolling with 3 kills. Well, 2
Double O
kills on
11.
him, but
Double O 11. At this rate, Zoe's going to become a core.
Someone better help Dyer's middle tower.
Because she's going to be able to one-shot heroes with her finger.
already 4 stacks at 20 minutes. Zoey's having a great game.
She is. I wonder if she'll go Phylactery.
Well, she's gonna finish the 4 staff. I think that's the right play. I think you just go Ags after that. You've already got such a head start with the finger kills. I think you just go Ags.
Yeah, it's the cost of it, that's the issue. What's the price of Phylactery these days? I never actually bought the item, so I've got no idea how much it costs. 2,300. So that's probably a much more achievable item. Especially if you want to worry about keeping tempo up. Because even with Ags, level 1, it's very long cooldown still. Still 80
Well,
seconds.
she is level 11, so she's about to get level 2 ultimate.
Alright, so 50 seconds. Still pretty long cooldown. Obviously, it's what you'd
Not really.
expect. It's still what you expect. Well, compared to level 3, which is 20 seconds, it's long enough. But it's still 40 seconds shorter than what the ult would be without it. I know what you
They're
meant,
gonna
matey.
TP up here, but they TP directly into Goonfellas. They find Clavs and jump him first. The Shadow Realm comes off and Thomse walks through. She's trampling, but he's not trampling on any members of Too Hot for Dota. Gets crushed up by NPR. He's gonna grab him and give him the pulverize. NPR will actually lose the trade, but Ben's gonna try to clean up, and he does with the Thunder God's Wrath. Samo's first life is popped, trying to chase down Ben, get at least something in return. They do. Bassmaster should die to the poison.
I don't know. Yep. He had
He
living
does.
armor.
But that'll be a 4th
Um,
on the side of Goonfellas going down. Too Hot for Dota wins the
Gibbo,
trade.
what were you doing, you fucking coward?
Dyer's bottom tower needs some help.
Sitting in the trees.
He was
doing
hiding.
naught.
He was fucking hiding.
Is under attack.
Oh, don't worry, guys. I gotta go steal that wisdom rune. Hey.
Is under attack.
What the? And they call NPR a coward. And they call me a coward.
Oh, NPR knows about it. Finds Gibbo. Doesn't even try to cast his spells. Doesn't put down the snakes first. You're dead anyway.
There's
Just
no
commit the
point.
snakes.
No, that's a waste of the snakes. That is an absolute horrible suggestion. That is the worst take you've ever gave somebody. That is a long cooldown on snakes. That is definitely a long cooldown.
I figured his death timer was going to be longer, but he is only level 9.
At 22 minutes? They aren't level 20 heroes. No, he made the right play there, not committing the snakes, accepting death and just stalling him out as long as he could. The issue is, at the moment, they're just going to get run at, because they've sort of hit a power spike. Oh, is that a BKB?
So
That's a BKB.
Yes, that's a BKB on the Primal Beast.
Don't think he needed it. I think he was just out of range, but better safe than sorry, I think. It does mean this tier 2 is dead. You can't save it.
They're beating on Dyer's
But we've got a blink now for Samo. That's done.
Yeah.
He needs a BKB. In fact, he needs a shard.
Yeah,
He needs shard at the moment.
He absolutely needs shard. I would not have bought this blink.
Dyer's top
Your Primal Beast and your Shaman that is working slowly towards a blink, it should be your initiation.
So I can understand it. He does still need a blink because he wants to get on the back line. Otherwise, he's going to get kited. Because you got the overgrow. You've got 4 staffs. He needs to get onto the Zeus, basically, and the lion.
not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
If lion's got 4 staff and blink, you're never going to catch him otherwise.
Radiant's bottom
So he does need
got
a blink. Would I have gone BKB first, maybe? I don't know. I might have. I don't claim to be a good Raid King player though.
Dyer's middle tower isn't going to last long.
But I think they definitely need to just buy space, maybe a little bit of time,
Dyer's middle tower
and just repeat what happened last game.
is under attack. 'Cause Dyer's middle tower isn't going to last long. Dyer's middle tower isn't going to last long.
This better not go for fucking 60 minutes again. That's all I'm saying.
I hope not. I had things to do today.
Well, we got a smoke. I do apologise, chat, for any frames that do drop. It is a case of this laptop does overheat very easily, and it is very hot up here at the moment. Are they going to get anybody? There's no one down there.
Good on Samo to recognize it and TP's out. Has to just keep hitting creeps. Already 1,500 gold towards the BKB though.
But they know he's up here, so I wouldn't put it past him going through the gateway and just charging at him. He's under vision at the moment. So, next items. Ursa, BKB. Well, actually, do you need BKB on Ursa?
What's Slaughter got? Slaughter's got Shard flying out right now.
I like it. I like it. It's the Slithering Crush. Yeah, I don't mind it. Saves you in action. Roche has
There's the
timed
Aegis
out.
timeout.
Yeah,
This bottom tower is under attack.
this might be a go time if they've got items ready, which they do not.
Dire's bottom tower needs some help. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Okay, that's not bad. We might wait up for the blink on Gibbo. I wouldn't mind that. Okay, we got BKB. Wow, that was quick. BKB's nearly finished on Samo here.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, but the problem is they're not giving Gibbo any CS, so he's just trying to earn this blink through passive gold.
No, he's a +5. He should earn it through dewarding. There's always...
Or he should tell his Primal Beast, who's not really getting anything. Like, he's getting a blink too, but...
Oh, Cloud's caught out here. So that should
Cloud's
tell you
caught
bottom
in the
lane
jungle.
is safe.
And they're pinging Samo, they're running right at him.
He's under vision, they know he's there.
He
Oh,
blinks,
no.
the Thunder Guard's Wrath spots him, NPR with the follow-ups, Blink Crush. That will be
He's
both
down.
lives on the Wraith King going down here. Primal Beast is gonna try to buy the space. He runs through. BKBs gets on the back of gets on Zoey. Clicks down the Lion. Samo still alive and pretty healthy, honestly.
They could chain this, they could definitely turn this.
Yeah, definitely can. Kara going
he
for
gonna
the
get in
TP.
range?
He can get in range. No, he can't.
Ooh.
And Ben going for the TP in the trees as well. He'll make it out too. It's a 2 for 2.
Right, so
And
that's...
the reincarnation burned on Samo, but
that's the
I'd
greed.
argue that's better for Goonfellas.
That is 100% greed coming out, failing Gibbo there. Because he saved up for Blink first, right? Now if he didn't, he could have disassembled the Arcane Boots and had Ether Lens. Or he could have bought an Ether Lens enough outright, and he would have had enough range to catch that Ursa. Or TP out, so I think greed got them one less kill, but still, it's a turnaround. It's a potential comeback. Hey, Elephysis. I can't say your name. You have to tell me at some point. In fact, I'm just going to call you Sleepy Moon. We'll go with Sleepy Moon.
Slardar's just queued up in AC.
Which is going to be
Bassmaster's
big.
going for Greaves.
That's
Put
greedy.
that chain. You gotta put that chainmail in your inventory, my man. Get those tangos out of here. It's 30 minutes into the game. Why do you need tangos in your inventory?
You don't. You don't. You just sell them. He's probably thinking, oh, what about when I get the mech? Then it's a slot. That's 500 gold away. At the moment, chainmail goes in. Even headrest goes in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But
And
they
the tier
did.
3 token should go in too, but it's not.
He's taking his time. He's thinking about it. He probably picked it up, clicked it, and thought, "What am I getting? What am I getting here?" I don't know. I don't know, Jeff. Well, AD Fire. Do you see this up here? They did the same thing game 1.
Thomse is spotted in the bottom lane near the Lotus Pool, but don't have the catch.
They don't, but it's all posturing now. There is no Aegis in play. Oh,
30 seconds on the Roche spawn though, and too hot for DotA is definitely trying to guard that area. A smoke though from Goonfellas, they're gonna walk right into him. A blink from Samo onto Ben, and a blink by Thomse onto Ben as well, going for the immediate pulverize, and BKB popped. Thunderguard's Wrath in response, but Ben's just gonna get trampled down here. He's got no way to get away. Ben's out. NPR pops his BKB, and he's going on Gibbo on the backlines too. No way to protect himself. Reincarnation burn on the Wraith King. He's coming back for his second life. Clonks down Kara for half his HP, but he pops the Enrage. He'll be fine. He melts the Wraith King and Thomse as well. It's a 5-man wipe for Too Hot for DotA. Roche is now available, and Ursa's still alive. They should just turn around and take it.
I would push the lane, force buybacks first, or force some buybacks. Because if you can take the racks, it's more valuable than the Roche to start with. You can always go back to the Roche, he's not going anywhere. But even just forcing out a glyph, that's enough for me. You could potentially walk back and go, yeah, I'm now going to take Roche. But they're going for it. Let's check one thing. Has Bass been doing it? He hasn't. Look at the HP of that mid tower.
So Ben TP's mid, so he wouldn't be there in case Dire decided to go here, but they won't. They'll just clear out the creep wave, and Radiant will retreat and start looking towards that second Aegis.
We're going to get another fight down bot. Same position.
Yeah, Dire's trying to meet him there. They're going to try to do it again.
And there's no Wraith King ult for another 50 seconds. This is going to go badly if they do.
No Wraith King ult, but no Thunder God's
Ooh,
Wrath for 20 if they can catch Ben and get him out of the fight right away.
Can they
Zoey's going
catch
to break
him in
the
the
smoke
pit?
on the other side of the tree, so they didn't see her, and she gets the stun onto Samo to interrupt the initiation. NPR gets a great blink in. Wraith King is out of the fight immediately. Oh, this is a disaster for Goonfellas. I can't expect that this will go well at all for them. Gibbo's very low. He goes down. Thunderguard's Wrath comes up. Finger of Death takes out the Viper, and Ben cleans up the team. It's another 5-man wipe for Too Hot for DotA, and now
Roche.
they will take Roshan.
Yep, you take Roche and then you just walk up top. But you can't
These
get
two
Roche on the
fights
lane. But
have decided. These two fights have decided the game. Now
Not yet.
it's too much of a
Nah.
mountain to climb.
nah, not yet. It's not yet. Getting there. It's getting there. Well, I think there is still a chance. Yeah, Ben not going the troll meant to build this game. That's a big thing. This is what happens when you get NPR on a hero which is actually useful. He's a completely different player. And you saw with these initiations, he's just getting in there and murdering people. There's still a chance because there's still a very good team fight on Dire's side. They didn't commit snakes. They've got the ults back up on everyone. So can they win the 5v6? That's the question. Well, they see that ward there. Do your duty, Bast. If you're going to put down a sentry, at least make sure there's none of us in sight. BKB out. But yeah, at the moment, there's no armor benefiting Dire. Win prob 89%. How do you know that? How does he know what the win probability is? I don't even know what it is, and I'm in game.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Who's telling you secrets? If it's 89%, you get a timeout. It was 89% when you said it.
Oh, there's the jump from NPR. It's a nice two-man crush onto Samo and Willow. The Thunder God's Wrath on top of it. Willow's very low. She's somehow still alive. Might still be able to get her spells off in this fight. Squelching also very low, getting focused by the Ursa. There's the Terrorize on the Ursa. Ursa's in very deep. Gets force-staffed in even deeper.
Beautiful
That's the Aegis of
four-man
the Immortal
crush.
down. But a big crush from NPR. They're chasing them back to the fountain. Samo trying to do something in return, but he goes down. No reincarnate, no buyback. Gibbo goes down as well. Now has the money for buyback. Probably sold something, or he definitely didn't have it at first, and then got the money for it. But NPR blinks past, catches Samo again. He's just gonna die back immediately. Squelching
And they
trying to
call
click
it.
him down, but
They
it's
call
a
it.
godlike for Kara. A stomping by Too Hot for Dota. A
Page,
much better
Page,
performance
Page,
out of them
Page.
all the way around. The Page is denied, but the win will not be. Too Hot for Dota earns a split against Goonfellas.
Oh. Wait, ultimate question. Did Ben get a kill? He did. He got 3.
3-2-31. 31 out of... He was involved in 34 out of 38 kills.
He
I'll take it
was.
from a Zeus player.
Wow. That was a
Take a look. Zeus
much
with
different game.
34,000 hero damage. Actually out-damaging the Ursa, which, yeah, I can see that.
He did. Well,
Gibbo with a really... just a bad performance, I'd have to say.
I think it was just a rough game because they lost the lanes again. But what we're gonna do is that's it from me. 'Cause I'm not gonna hang about too much tonight. So what we're gonna do?
We've got Ted going right now with Jeff versus Bingus, I believe.
We do. So we're gonna raid over
They're in
there.
the middle of a big team fight right now.
And that's why I'm gonna raid them. I can find
Yes,
the raid option.
so
Raid channel.
thank you everybody. Thank you everybody. Great games all around. GG's to Too Hot for Dota. GG's to Goonfellas. A 1-1
Whoops.
split, which
I can see-
desperately needed, I think, by both teams.
It
So,
was.
solidifying their position to hopefully claim one of those coveted upper bracket positions. Supes,
Yeah.
thank you once again.
Yep,
Great
thank
job
you,
as
Cortez.
always.
Thank you for coming along. Yeah, guys, so 2 cracking games. Obviously, the first one was significantly more even. Great performances by both teams. Second game, much better. But thank you all for turning up. And I'll be back tomorrow for the next game of the series, which is Team versus Stinkies. And I shall catch you all then.
And I
Goodbye.
will see you all tomorrow for the late game, Wogan's Wizards versus Jeff at 11 o'clock.